What up, people of the world? Special Caesar and friends coming at you with more sweet tabletop cosmic horror, folks. Welcome back to our Call of Cthulhu campaign. I am Special Caesar, and I will be your keeper of arcane lore for the evening. Thank you all so much for joining us. Tonight, our investigators will be attempting to finish the scenario None More Black from the Doors to Darkness module pack on Roll20, as unfortunately it did not go so well for them in the last episode. Unfortunately, Martin has been spirited away to another cause and will therefore not be joining us as Sterling Lake. But in better news, we have a new player joining the table. So I'd like everyone to give a very warm welcome to Paul, playing as Vinny Bufalino.
Welcome to game, Paul.
Thank you. Glad to be here.
Can you tell us a little bit about Vinny Bufalino?
Vinny Bufalino is a third-generation Italian-American. He spent 4 years in the Army. Then he spent 30 years in the Arkham Police Department and retired just recently as a detective. And now he is a private investigator or private detective for hire. He's 58 years old. Let's see, brown hair, green eyes, very weather-worn looking face. One scar on his upper right thigh. Do you want to see it? Mm-hmm. And that's about it.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Paul. And of course, playing as the other investigators that you all know and love, we have Duane as Guy Fontaine.
Hello.
Kev as Abraham Lincoln.
Hello.
And finally, Elena as Frances Walsted.
Hello everyone, buonasera a tutti.
Lovely. As usual, can the players all make a note of their indefinite insanity boundaries? This is taking 1/5 off their current sanity level and marking down what that boundary is. And aside from that, I don't have any particular announcements that need going over, other than to remind you all once again of the existence of the reality check rule for responding to hallucinations that I may present to you whilst you're insane. So for that, you simply ask for a reality check, and it's a sanity roll. If you succeed the sanity roll, you thwart the illusion and are immune to them for the rest of the time that you're insane. If you fail that sanity roll, then you lose 1 point of sanity, and that leads to another bout of madness, which we roll for. That being said, without further ado, I suggest that we all commence with the Call of Cthulhu. In the last episode, the investigator party discovered the source of the Black, a dangerous new drug that seemed to be comprised of alcohol and some form of organic tissue that has been causing a number of deaths, particularly on the campus of the local Arkham University. Tracing the drug back to one Jacob Dover at a rundown slaughterhouse, the team barreled into the once abandoned facility, guns blazing, only to quickly realize they were outnumbered and in trouble. Abraham Lincoln took a major wound and was knocked unconscious by Willis Carter, the gang's chief of security, and so Francis and Sterling fled the scene and called the police, hoping for their assistance. However, to their dismay, upon arriving at the scene and determining that the only illegal activity that had occurred had been perpetrated by the investigators themselves, the police ended up siding with Jacob Dover and his crew of employees, quote unquote. The investigators quickly found themselves in hot water with the law and have only just avoided a long-term jail sentence by the skin of their teeth. We now resume play 1 week later with Abraham Lincoln having received medical care at the hospital. So at this point, everyone should be back to full health and full magic points. And Francis, you finished the initial reading of the Journal of Jonathan Dover during this week. We went over it at the end of last episode.
Yeah.
From this, you garnered a great deal of information that I will recount for you all in just a moment, just so that the players who weren't there weren't there will be able to catch up on it. But the first thing that happens is you gain the Cthulhu Mythos initial rating for the tome, which in this case is 1. So you get to add 1 to your Cthulhu Mythos. And then take 1 point off your maximum sanity.
Okay, yep.
You also realise from this initial reading that a full study of the tome will take a further week. If you've been studying it this week, then it's 2 weeks in total.
Okay.
And this is what you learnt from the reading of it. So, the thick leather-bound book is almost completely filled with cramped handwriting in various colours of ink and pencil. A quick scan through a few of the pages indicates that it is some form of journal. Just from thumbing through, you immediately notice that there are a bunch of entries which have been underlined. The book spans a number of years and relates to Jonathan's quest to discover how to divine the future, which included travelling around the globe. His impetus seems to be the sudden, accidental death of his wife, which Jonathan blames himself for. In his grief, the father all but ignored his son Jacob and what was best for him. He mentions that Jacob frequently complained about never staying in one place long enough for him to make any friends, but Jonathan continuously falls back on the excuse that the ends justify the means throughout the book. There are a lot of accounts in the book of Jonathan's meetings with various mystics, Roma, witch doctors, occultists, and others in his quest, with little to show for it. But then somewhere in Asia, and the journal lacks specificity here, Jonathan meets and eventually made friends with a community who worshipped a being called Yib-Stil, who was described as he who sits in the jungles of Cled, beyond the borders of dreams and sees all time and place. The journal then discusses Yib-Stil, including outlining several rituals relating to the deity. And you think if you study this, you will learn the spell, or not learn the spells, you will be able to learn the spells, Call the Black, Speak with Yib-Stil, and Call Down the Faceless Ones.
Call the Black, speak with...
Yib-Stil, I'll put his name in the chat.
Yib-Stil. And
Call Down the Faceless Ones.
Call down. Okay. Sorry, can you just repeat? He who sits on the borders of
Cled. He who sits in the jungles of Cled, beyond the borders of dreams, and sees all time and place. I'll copy that into the... Whoops. See.
Oh, can we go there in our next adventure?
I'll see what I can do. So, I believe you also, over the course of the week, were interested in putting the word out that you're looking to hire a private investigator to help assist you with the investigations after your devastating defeat at the slaughterhouse last week. And the chief of police recommended one Vinny Bufalino, giving you his address and contact details.
Nice.
So, that's where we are at. What would you all like to do?
Were any of the members charged or arrested with any crime for any crimes?
The Martin Sterling Lake and Frances Walsted were arrested and held for 24 hours for questioning by the police whilst Abraham was in hospital. And the police were unsatisfied with the conclusion of the investigation because they were unable to prove what happened either way. It's he says, she says kind of thing. Sorry.
Yeah, and so they were released.
So they've been released. And
Cool.
Abraham has been released from hospital with full hit points.
Well, I think. Well, first off, I apologize. I was meeting with a magazine editor trying to pitch one of my weird fiction articles to him, but so sorry I wasn't there, guys. It seems like you get yourselves in a bit of a pickle. But if we're going to take on the services of this Mr. Bufalino, and he's a retired cop, I think we should show up with 24 donuts, and a big pitcher of coffee.
Sounds like a plan. Yeah, let's do that.
We'll have to see as well what he knows about the occult and the paranormal.
Okay, so Vinny Bufalino, it's mid-afternoon when you hear a knock at your door.
I'll open the door. Oh, come on
there,
in.
Mr. Bufalino. Yes, we hear that your services are available. We'd like to come and perhaps chat over what services you'll make available to us over some coffee and donuts.
Oh, be glad to. Come right on in. Have a seat.
We've got a nice variety here: plain donuts, chocolate covered, chocolate frosted, Boston cream. I bet that's one of your favorites, right?
Yeah, Boston cream's my favorite. I remember Krispy Kreme and Dunkin' Donuts as well from America. They were good.
I was born in Boston. I've lived in Arkham for well over 30 years, but I was originally from Boston. That's my birthplace. So yes, come on in. Welcome.
Well, hello, Mr. Bufalino. I am Frances.
Nice to meet you, Francis.
I'm just curious about your last name. Were your ancestors did they hunt buffalo out on the plains or something?
Oh, my dear sir, no. It's just a very old Italian name. I'm a third-generation Italian-American.
And they don't have any buffalo over there in Italy?
No, I'm afraid not. I think buffalo is very unique to the U.S. of A.
Yeah. I haven't traveled internationally, so you have to forgive my naivety.
Mr. Fontaine, did you say you were a journalist? What newspaper do you work for? What newspaper do you work for?
Locally, for the Arkham Gazette. I'm surprised you've never seen my name on my byline.
Well, I probably did. That's why I was asking. I remember when I retired, my retirement party, someone, and I think it was you, did a really, really nice write-up for me about me and my retirement and my service with the Arkham Police Department. So I thank you very much for that.
Oh,
very fine newspaper.
You're very welcome. Can't say that I really remember his retirement party, but okay.
Did you drink during it? Oh no, couldn't have because it's prohibition. I keep forgetting. Sorry, guys. You just get in the setting of the era.
That doesn't mean it's not. Doesn't mean anything.
That's true, but it's the police department. If you're drinking in front of them, then.
Ooh, yeah, that's right. Probably not.
Yeah.
We discourage drinking. It is prohibition.
Although if there's anyone who does illegal things behind the scenes, it's going to be the police, isn't it? They're the ones who are going to be pushing the law and doing dirty things behind doors and stuff. Yeah, brilliant.
The stereotypes in this podcast are just ridiculous. So the police are corrupt and they eat donuts.
That's all they do. Yeah, everyone knows that.
Oh, we do eat a lot of donuts and we love our coffee, but I don't think my police department was corrupt in any way. So what can I do for you, gentlemen?
Nodding very happily in the background. Francis.
And ladies.
Well, I think my colleagues here will be more apt at explaining what has happened, what hasn't occurred recently, because I was not on the scene.
Well, Francis starts, and then she looks very quickly at Agent Lincoln.
I'll kick in a little bit. So do you remember a few weeks ago, there was something in the newspapers about a federal base being attacked and lots of federal agents being killed?
Yes, I do remember reading about that.
So I was and I'll show you my credentials at this point. I was a member of the Bureau agency attacks there.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, lost a lot of good friends. But what you might not know is that Bureau was tasked with investigating paranormal activities. Have you come across anything like that in your past, or is this all a surprise to you?
I've seen a lot of very strange things in my long career, and some things that cannot be explained. And so I keep a very open mind, and that's why I am interested in joining your organization.
So the thing you should know then is that we have come across and investigated several of these sort of things, and the things that wiped out the Bureau investigation were probably related to an earlier case of people that lived in the sea, fish people. But recently, after that, we carried on a few other investigations, and we came across somebody that's producing a new drug called the Black. It looks like black ink, and if you test it through normal means, all you will find is some unidentified cells and alcohol. There's no evidence that the current police force can bring to bear against the people producing it. But we have observed that they are contacting demonic entities that abuse these things and eventually kill kids that are using the drugs at the local university. Unfortunately, we can't prove it. And no longer having the Bureau around, they can't easily get a warrant to go catch him by surprise when they're doing their nefarious activities. So we're going to go sort of in a more circuitous route. And regrettably, when we were in the course of our investigations, we were attacked and unable to convince the police due to the lack of normal evidence that our cause was just. So now we're a bit of an impasse, and that's why we're starting to look for people to assist us in carrying on our investigations.
Well, I would be very much interested in assisting you in any way I can.
Now, Abraham, Mr. Lincoln, I heard you mention alcohol as one of the substances in that Black. So could we not press charges against these dealers on corrupting?
He's legally got the alcohol as medical alcohol and is selling it as a diluent inside of ink, not for human consumption. That's the licenses he's got. He's covered his bases very well.
They've thought of everything, haven't they? How about corrupting the minds of the local youth by encouraging them to drink black ink as in some sort of bizarre ritual?
Well, you're going to have to get the people that are imbuing in this drug, who seem to be very out of it once they've started using it, to prove that they were getting it from this person, and that person was then aware that they were abusing this drug. So he covers himself in every way possible, really. And the university is not keen to let people know that 4 of its students have died from something where they all end up with a black tongue at the end of it. And they've all been ruled as natural causes. Now, what I was hoping with you, Guy, was that you could do a piece where you could write about these 4 people that have died and point out that 4 young men all dying within a small area, all with the same symptoms, seemingly natural causes, and all with a black tongue, is a bit unusual. And what is going on in the university, and hopefully that will at least alert some people to keep them off the drugs a bit.
Yes, and that would quite literally be a black stain on the university's reputation. I'm sure they would take the matter more seriously if the bad publicity got out. I will get started on that.
The other things we could do is just put them under surveillance and see if we can gather any other evidence, but that's likely to take a very long time, especially as they're now alerted to our investigations. We could just leave it and come back later.
So, yeah, it sounds like laying low, keeping our heads down for a while would be a good course of action. And then once they relax and think that we're off their tail, that's when we strike.
So would you want to put some surveillance of some sort for a few days, perhaps? Or shall we do the surveillance?
Well, they know what all of us look at, and the warehouse is in a fairly open area, so we would need somebody to do the surveillance from a distance. Vinny, what would you think?
Or somebody that could disguise.
As we all know, Frances loves her disguises.
Detective Bufalino, have you any experience in surveilling warehouses and such?
So we're talking about a physical surveillance? Are you talking about cameras? Are you talking about...
I don't think we've got cameras as an option at this day and age, have we? So it would have to be physical.
Yeah.
Well, I might be able to put in a few good words with some of the people on the police force. And we might be able to get that on a fast track.
Nice.
That's possible, but as we're sort of not in their good books at the moment, that might put your own reputation on the line a bit.
Well, you could go and not mention.
Well, I have a few friends on the force, and the captain is also a friend.
Sounds brilliant.
What we're interested in, I think, is studying their patterns of their comings and goings, what kind of security levels they have, at what points, times of day or night would they be most vulnerable to us sneaking in and taking care of whatever we need to inside that warehouse.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I could do that myself, actually.
Okay.
Well, you probably could use some help too, right? Maybe we could set up some shifts, set up some watches, some shifts, and rotate through.
Sure.
There are 4 of us. What if we all took 12-hour shifts, and then we would take a 12-hour shift every other day? Or should we go 2 and 2, and just so that none of us would need?
Yeah, I think we would need to have at least 2 people there, and probably do 8-hour shifts or something like that, so we get decent sleep and can do other things.
Seems like we'd need 6 people for that. If only we had 2 more investigators to work with. Well,
we can still do that. We can still do that. It's 4 of us at the moment. We can still do, one rota and then rest and then another rota, and it's still doable, I think.
That'll be a rather disruptive sleep schedule, I would think, Francis, but we could try it.
What do you mean? If we do 8 hours,
right?
And then again 8 hours. Oh yeah, I see. Right.
We would need to split the day into 12-hour shifts with only 4 of us.
Oh.
But that's assuming we want to do a 24-hour surveillance.
What did we see? Sorry, guys. What did we see around this warehouse? Where obviously are the warehouses, I'd imagine, right?
Yes.
It was rent one and or a room in one, and observe them from there. That we could eat and sleep in that place.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Is there any proper how do you call them when people live in buildings?
Apartments.
Apartments, or kind of
flats.
Something that actually is, normal people living, not workers.
Not really. The slaughterhouse itself sits on a sizable parcel of cleared land with empty holding pens surrounding the large warehouse-like building. So it's a big warehouse with lots of holding pens surrounding it near the river. Which of the investigators has the highest intelligence, please?
Good. 65.
45.
60.
Okay, it sounds like Elena, you had the highest with 75, is that correct?
70.
70, okay. Can you please make an intelligence roll for me?
Oh no, we start. Here we go. with Roll20 not liking me.
No, bang on. You got exactly what you needed, which was a hard success. You recall that Seamus O'Shea, the Irish mobster, was looking into the drug as well, and had mentioned before that they were interested in ridding the streets of it because it's bad for business and making everyone and their business look bad.
Of course.
So you think maybe if you could somehow get in touch with Seamus, he might be able to assist you with things.
Everyone, I remember, just something came back in my mind, is Seamus. You remember Seamus? Yes? Then I'm looking at Vinny, Mr. Bufalino. Perhaps he's heard of Seamus. And I'm just tasting the territory, cautiously.
Sorry, quick question. If I was going to do something shifty, and somebody's now on the topic where I was going to do something shifty, what would I click on to not look shifty and give the game away?
What do you mean? Sorry, I literally don't understand the question.
So, all right, I'll tell you what I was already thinking before.
Do you wanna write to me in Discord if you want?
No, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
So I've gone slightly psychotic, yeah.
Yeah, slightly off the rails.
I was going to go to Mr. Shifty and say to him the location and try to get them to go around and murder them all.
Okay.
I was going to do that on the quiet, but now we're on that topic of conversation.
He's probably sitting there
with a bit of a red fence going,
Everyone knows you've gone off the rails a bit. You're an agent on the edge. But it's a perfectly valid proposition, judging by the fact that these guys are clearly killing kids without any kind of concern, just as for a business, and they're above, or they seem to be untouchable by the law. So, provided the law doesn't find out, any means is a go at this point.
Yeah, but at the moment I've got somebody that's an ex-copper in the room with me.
Yes, okay, I see. I see the dilemma. Yeah, fair enough. Maybe just a stealth roll to whisper to the others your plan without Vinny hearing.
Oh, I didn't even want to tell the others.
Oh. Okay. Well,
just look slightly guilty.
Yeah, exactly. You wouldn't say anything at that point then. And maybe you'd go to Seamus O'Shea before the others could get to him and suggest it privately.
Yeah, I was just thinking, should they get like a psychology roll or something to notice whether or not I'm up to something?
Okay, if they want to, yeah. If you're looking at Agent Lincoln and he seems to be thinking something which he isn't giving away, you're welcome to make a psychology roll.
No.
At least Francis trusts me.
Ready for your thoughts there, Agent Lincoln. You seem to be lost in thought. With a strange look on your face, as if you're planning something devious here.
You wouldn't be planning anything that's not legal, would you?
Oh, no. I would never do anything that's not legal. But yeah, it's a very good idea to contact these people and see if they could maybe deal with the problem.
Aren't we just substituting one evil for another? Getting the Irish mob involved in this?
Oh, no. I'm not saying that we should get them to do anything. Just keep the local involved parties informed, that's all. They'll probably find out from the police anyway. And they might be useful for, contacts in the future.
So you're saying you don't think we can do our own surveillance? We have to involve Seamus and his mob.
Well, as we would be recognised, it's probably good to get people, that can blend into the background.
Are we certain there isn't some kind of vantage point we can use to give us a clear view of their comings and goings? I mean, this is New England after all. There are trees everywhere. I know the area has been cleared, but cleared for how far? I mean, this is not the out west where the wide open space is. This is New England. There must be some vantage point where we can get a look at what they're up to.
Oh, well, I'm happy to go along with whatever you wish.
Where's the nearest building?
And is it abandoned? Do we remember if it was any abandoned building around the warehouse?
It just says the abattoir is on River Street, next to a small stream that the locals used to call Blood Creek, for all the waste runoff it would often contain, which eventually flowed into the Miskatonic River. So it's near the Miskatonic River, and then that's when it says the slaughterhouse sits on a sizable parcel of cleared land with empty holding pens surrounding the large warehouse-like building. But there would be other warehouses in the district. Guy is absolutely right. It's been abandoned for a while now, so it would be dilapidated and run down and overgrown. So there'd be bushes and trees, and stealth is an option. It's perfectly valid to stake them out yourselves if that's something you're interested in doing.
Does the slaughterhouse face the river at some point?
Does it face the river?
It does. Is it next to the river?
It's near. Yes, it's quite near the river because they used to
then
hose off all the blood and offal into the river.
There could be the option of getting a boat. Perhaps.
Yes, you could be pretending to be fishermen.
I could.
In that disgusting river? Nah.
Yeah,
That river, there's no good fish in that river.
Oh, come now, Mr. Bufalino. That's the Miskatonic, and it flows right through Arkham. It's not all that polluted.
The Miskatonic is fine, but you were talking about the Blood River.
This is the Miskatonic, is it not?
No.
Oh, it's a creek that flows into the Miskatonic?
Yes, it's a small stream that leads, called Blood Creek, that leads into the Miskatonic River.
Well, that's just probably a nickname because of some of its history. It can't be that bad.
Yeah, if you were to, for example, hire a boat and sit on the Miskatonic River, a pair of binoculars could be used to observe the abattoir, the slaughterhouse, and surveillance could be carried out that way.
Hey.
And we could pass ourselves off as members of the Audubon Society, bird watchers.
That too is a possibility.
What's the name? The National Geographic was already around, wasn't it?
I think the John B. or John D. Audubon Society was already established too.
As long as I can disguise in anything, it's absolutely fine. You guys decide what I should disguise in, so and try to disguise in.
Is there a map that shows the location of this warehouse?
I don't have...
With the rivers? No.
I don't have anything. We can go... I'm happy to take you to a map of Arkham, Massachusetts. So you can all see the layout of the river itself, if you can all see that. But it doesn't tell me specifically where it is, the warehouse is in Arkham. Unfortunately, it just says near River Street, wherever that is.
Yeah, I don't see that creek either.
Oh wait, River Street's right here.
Oh, down the bottom. Okay. Yeah. Oh, there is a creek way over here though, to the west.
Oh, what this?
It looks like it's flowing south though, away from the river.
Yeah.
But it looks like West River Street continues upstream, up the Miskatonic, so it might be up there somewhere.
Exactly. I'm presuming it's somewhere. The reason why they haven't included it is because it is somewhere off map on here, but somewhere near the river.
And the John J. Audubon Society was established, National Audubon Society, in 1905, so we could pretend to be bird watchers. Why don't we do that? Can we get a boat?
Yay, boat! So how do we get a boat?
Presumably by heading down to the local docks. Speak to some of the fishermen, speak to some of the dock workers, see if there's somewhere you can hire a boat or borrow a boat.
I was actually asking the rest of the group.
Sorry, my bad.
It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, look at all those docks on the riverfront. Let's just go down there and see if maybe they get something that's decent but used, not too expensive. That will hold, has to hold at least 2 of us, maybe 4.
That we can rent on a daily basis.
Yeah, why don't we just buy it outright?
Right.
It can't be that expensive for a little used rivercraft.
Let's go and investigate on the price to see what the options are and the prices.
Okay, so you're heading down to the docks?
Wouldn't I have
Sorry,
any
I'm just talking to you and I was on mute for the last 5 minutes.
Oh dear.
So I'll drop you all off at the docks and I'll go and find somewhere to park. But rather than looking for somewhere to park, I'll go and see if I can find the mob.
Okay.
Would I know anybody? And because of my shop and my dealers, perhaps I know somebody that comes in the port with a ship. So I could go and ask them.
Okay, make a credit rating roll.
Okay.
In fact, all of you live in Arkham as well, don't you? So can you all make credit rating rolls for me, please?
Nope.
Nope.
Where the hell is it credit rating? There we go.
No. So unfortunately, none of you are familiar with Jacob Dover at all, or the family name. Unfortunately, you haven't come across him. And Francis, no, you don't know anyone working at the docks.
Yeah. Okay, so we go blind in terms of knowing anybody.
Would anyone like to research Jacob Dover at all?
Didn't we do that sort of like a week or so ago?
No.
Before we went round to his place, because once the police mentioned his name and everything, didn't we do some research then?
You didn't know, actually. You just went straight to the slaughterhouse.
I thought we did some stuff for like criminal records and things like that.
Not as far as I'm aware. I think you spoke to the police and they informed you that they hadn't been able to pin anything on him.
Maybe that's what I'm thinking of then.
I'd be happy to check out the Gazette's files to see what we have on him. The Arkham Gazette.
Mm-hmm.
The library use.
Yes, please, library use roll. And you get a success. Very nice. Let me just find that. So you uncover some stories in the socialite gossip sections that relate the following information. 20 years ago, Margaret Dover died in a boating accident, and her husband, Jonathan, went a little crazy. He started globetrotting around the world, dragging his poor son Jacob along with him. He used his family fortune to fund these excursions until the money ran out. 2 years back, Jonathan and Jacob returned from their travels completely broke and desperate. They lived a low-key life together, away from the public eye, until Jonathan died a year ago. No one knows what happened to Jacob after that.
Well, it seems that the Dover family folks, they have a checkered past, a lot of globe-trotting, but perhaps the father wasn't very careful of raising his son, and who neglected his care, and probably some bad things happened to him, where he got into some nefarious activities.
Mm-hmm.
But nothing very specific there, though.
While you have that newspaper out, Mr. Fontaine, can you hand it over to me? Can I take a look at it, please?
I'll hand it over to the good detective.
And I'm flipping over to the for sale section, looking for boats for sale.
Oh, very nice. Make a luck roll.
Nice.
But what if the newspaper was from 5 years ago?
Yeah, it turns out it was with 100. It's a piece from a long time ago. Well, not too long ago, because it talks about how he arrived and died a year ago. So it's about 6 months old, and you feel that any adverts wouldn't be valid anymore.
So I quickly look to the date. I'm like, Mr. Fontaine, I asked for a current copy. I threw it over.
You asked for the newspaper that I brought with the information about Jacob Dover.
Let me see let me see. I'm gonna go sort through my mail. Here's my morning newspaper right here. This is as of today.
Is this you pushing the roll?
Yeah.
Okay, please make another luck roll.
See that?
Very nice. So on the advert section, slap bang in the middle, there's a nice big advert, and then with its extreme success, says cheap rowboat for sale, perfect for fishing along the Miskatonic River, $50, available at the local docks. Come down and ask for Trevor.
Great.
And with an extreme success, he could probably make a deal on that.
Mm-hmm.
Get it for 30.
Well, he'll have to try a fast talk,
40,
but
I would take a 40, like 10 each. Yeah. If you guys are free, we could all go down there.
well, as Abraham said, he said he'd drop you off at the docks, right? And then he's going to
Okay.
Park the car.
park the car, yeah. So we'll start with the docks. You see labourers working, fishermen, people kind of cleaning boats and things like that, general dock workers. How would you like to approach?
Well, I'll approach, find the person in question who has the boat for sale. That's probably won't be much difficulty there, right?
Yeah, I'm Trevor. That was my advert. What can I do for you?
Yes. Good morning, Trevor. We're 3 avid bird watchers, members of the National Audubon Society. We don't have a lot of money to spend, but we think that your beat-up old boat for sale may be just what we need to do some bird watching along the river. Will you take $30?
Well, I mean, she's a little bit worn down, but I wouldn't exactly call her beat up and all. 30's a bit cheap. What about I'll stretch to 45?
40 and you have a deal.
Make a fast talk roll.
He must be willing to sell it. I mean, he's travelled all the way from South Devon by the sounds of things.
So yeah, he sticks to 45 unless you'd like to push the roll or spend luck.
No, I guess 45 reasonable, everybody? $15 each?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it
thought-
sounds reasonable.
So
It
Agent
looks like
Lincoln,
I'll
Agent
cough up
Lincoln-
money going in.
I thought you had just
You're not-
dropped
yeah.
dropped
I'm not
us
with
off.
you, but when you, I imagine you tell me you spent $45, and I'd throw some money in when you catch up.
Okay, and so divisible by 4, $11 for the 3 of us, and then we'll charge Agent Lincoln 12.
No problem. So you hand over the money, and he gives you the license, the register. Well, it doesn't have a registration number, but he gives you the paperwork for the boat, and you have yourselves a small craft. Abraham Lincoln, you recall that Seamus O'Shea was, staking out the campus last you saw him.
Yeah. I'll drive up there and see if he's around the coffee house where I saw him last time.
Mm-hmm. I shouldn't think a luck roll is necessary because he did say he'd be about and he'd be able to contact you or vice versa. So I think you find him relatively easily. That's fine.
I'll call him over and buy him a coffee.
Agent Lincoln, good to see you again, old pal.
He's talking to me. That's nice. The last time.
We're not going to be playing.
Okay.
Not going to be playing any funny games again, are we?
Oh, no gambling today. You're quite fine. It's just, have a coffee on me. You'll feel a bit better for it. Settle your nerves.
Well, my nerves would be fine if people weren't waving guns in my face.
It's shocking people that do that. But moving on. It's just, listen, we know the place where this and the people responsible for producing the black, as these young people are calling it. The problem is, through normal channels, we're not going to get very far. So we might need somebody to sort of investigate and deal with the issue themselves.
Oh, the police being useless for you, are they?
That would be a surprise, wouldn't it?
No, not surprised at all, really.
So I'll tell him about Jacob Dover. I'll tell him about the warehouse. I'll tell him he's got bodyguards and he's got at least a crew of 4 people, but possibly more working there.
Okay. I guess you're not going to mention anything else.
You mean like sort of demons hanging in the rafters?
Yeah.
Probably not. He always thinks I'm a lunatic.
That's true. Oh, so you found the source, have you? That's perfect. Exactly what my organisation have been looking for.
Yeah, I'd imagine unfortunate fire might cause that to have some problems, but yeah.
You're thinking along the lines of us. Perhaps you're looking at taking up a career in enforcement work.
Oh no! I'm quite busy, but if you come across weird things like this again, I'll give him my card. Be sure to get in touch with me.
All right.
And I might be able to provide some assistance. Unexplained deaths, that kind of thing.
Yeah, I was going to say I might need a hand myself at once, sometime or other. All right.
Well, I'll give him card.
We'll stake the place out for you a bit, and get back to you in a couple of days. See what we've uncovered.
Okay, we might have a little look around there as well. Maybe from the river, because we want to keep a reasonable distance.
Mm-hmm. No problem then.
And I'll drive up somewhere near the docks and find somewhere to park somewhere near where they are. I am right. That's the university there, isn't it?
I think it's
MU,
here, isn't it?
yep.
Oh right.
Oh, it's that one, is it? Oh,
I think it's all of it. It's this whole area here. It looks.
Oh, right, okay.
I think.
Oh.
But
The MU it could be the Memorial Union. That's typically they're called. It's like the center where students hang out.
right.
Right.
Okay.
But
Yeah.
it's part of the campus. Yeah.
Right, so I'll pop back up over here somewhere and bimble around the dock like I'm looking for them.
Okay. No problem. So you catch up with them shortly. Yeah, you drive to the dock. You find them, and they're just coming away from having a conversation with. Well, I guess it would have happened a little bit after, but you catch up with each other at the docks.
Okay. There you are, guys. Any success?
Yes, we did, Agent Lincoln. We acquired a nice old rowboat here that's going to allow us to do some bird watching / surveillance on the river.
That's cool. That's really good. What are we going to do now then? We kicking off straight away, or we? Is it big enough to get all four of us in, or are we going to do it in shifts or something?
Don't we need first of all? Sorry.
Go ahead.
Oh, sorry. Don't we need first of all some binoculars? I think you have some binoculars, Agent Lincoln, but probably you have only one.
Yeah, I've got a set in the car in my sort of kit, but
I actually put a pair in my character sheet this morning. I've got a pair of binoculars and a compass.
I see somebody's come prepared. Oh, and by the way, Agent Lincoln, we're splitting the cost, so you owe us $12.
okay, I'll put up the 12 and I'll pay.
Okay, yeah, everyone please make sure you knock off the... Oh, well, as long as you have the daily spending allowance of above $11 or $12, then you're fine. If you're under it, then please knock off the excess of your cash.
Okay.
So what's happening now then? The two of you said you were going to do it in shifts, right?
Yeah, just thinking about this, it won't be very sensible to try bird watching at night under the river. So we could watch them during the day.
Just one question. What if... I'm trying to do my maths here, and it's this difficult, late at night and stuff. If one sleeps and 3 watch, then wouldn't be... Maybe we can work it out. Covering, enough hours of sleep. No, it doesn't work, does it?
Maybe we should give up on the idea of 24/7 watch and just do a couple of 8-hour shifts every day, so we'll have 16 hours of coverage and get some sense of what's going on there.
Yeah, but I think that the worst is at night, probably.
Well, if we go out on the river at night, we don't have to pretend to be anything. Under a cover of darkness, no one's going to see us if we're quiet.
How about 4 p.m. to midnight, and then midnight to 8 a.m.?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, fine.
What time of year was this again?
Mid-April.
Okay, there'll be some chilly nights, but it shouldn't be horrible.
Yeah, because it was March when you did the trees amidst the ancient trees scenario, which was the previous one to this one, which happened about 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So you're looking at mid-April kind of thing.
There can be the occasional, it's rare, but the occasional April snowstorm in New England.
Really?
But, yeah, oh yeah. But typically by April, the snow has ended.
You'll have to wrap up warm out on the river then.
Yeah. Take some blankies as well, and some flasks.
Okay, so who would like to do the first watch?
I will volunteer. I also have a waterproof blanket in my positions.
I don't mind.
Alright, so if you two go together, me and Guy.
Mm-hmm. So
Where do we meet you to change over? Is it maybe here? There's a little dock up here.
If that's not too far to row to the actual warehouse.
We're saying it's somewhere up here, aren't we?
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's only
Okay.
that's only maybe a couple
So-
miles.
So perhaps our meeting site would be, maybe a half mile from the stakeout site, so that we're not seen changing over and that kind of thing. Be somewhere where they could not spot us from the warehouse.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, half a mile sounds right.
Okay. So, all right, have fun, pack a nice dinner, and I guess you two have the 4 to 12 watch, and we'll see you at midnight.
Okay, can the
Bye-bye.
investigators making first watch please make a stealth or a disguise roll, depending on which one you want to say that you're doing?
Is that me and Francis?
Yes, I believe it was.
Stealth roll.
Stealth or disguise?
Whichever one you're comfortable with.
Stealth or disguise.
Very nice. Oh,
Oh,
Wow.
give that disguise and stealth a check if you
Yeah.
don't have it already.
My first one.
with a critical success. You weren't recognizable at all to these to the people in the slaughterhouse because you haven't been seen by them yet. But even now, you look like the most birdwatchiest birdwatcher that's ever been seen. You've got an anorak on. You've got like a waterproof cap. You've got feathers in the cap. You've got like a camouflage blanket with like leaves and stuff like that. And you managed to disguise the boat, so it literally looks like a bit of floating driftwood / bush / tree with leaves on it and stuff like that. So it's completely and utterly indistinguishable from any other driftwood and stuff on the river. You're essentially invisible. Good work.
Francis and I did it together.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's so nice. I don't think anyone can spot us now. Well done. We will be covered by birds in a minute, won't we?
Or by bird something.
Bird shit, yeah.
Bird something, yeah.
Okay, we can, and we roll. We're rowing up and down very silently,
Mhm.
and I have my binoculars.
Okay, so in that first shift, roll. No, I think I'm just gonna. Yeah. So in that first shift in the evening, as the light begins to fade and it starts getting dark, you see someone approaching the warehouse. They look like. Just trying to think how I can get this up. Oh, I know. I'll go to this page.
Me Meanwhile, Francis and I are
Can
enjoying
everyone,
our life.
can everyone see that? Did that pop up for everyone?
No,
No.
not seen anything.
I see, I know why. It's because you're on the different... So I'll just take you back to this one. And then... There, did that work?
Yeah.
See a gentleman who looks like this approaching the warehouse. And then...
So Francis has seen him before.
Mm-hmm.
That's a him? looks more like a they, them.
He bangs on the warehouse front, and after several moments, this person comes and opens the gate to him. They hold a short conversation of some kind, and then he's let into the building.
I'm gonna make a sketch because we obviously have a sketchbook because every watcher has a sketchbook. I'm gonna make a sketch that obviously is gonna be nowhere near what Sterling could have done.
Shame Sterling's not with you, but make an art check, please.
Basically, yeah, I'm drawing a face with some round glasses.
Okay.
Okay. The problem is, I don't have art as art. I have ticks because that was my art. Shall I roll on ticks?
That's fine. That will do.
No, that's okay.
You
might
only missed
have
it
one.
by one. Did you want to spend the luck or push the roll?
No. Luck is precious.
Okay, so it's not a bad drawing. It's just lacking detail, like you say. It's just a face with glasses and doesn't seem to be.
It's round glasses, yeah,
just
like
big round glasses and an ominous face
Professor
behind
Trelawney,
it.
yeah.
Professor Trelawney. Okay.
And I write down the name, which escapes me at the moment. Me personally, Elena doesn't remember. Sorry.
That's okay. Would you like to make an intelligence roll to see if you can remember, or a knowledge roll?
Francis, surely Francis knows.
It's education. Sorry, an education roll is a no roll.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Oh,
That's right. That was my mistake.
Oh, okay. Is that okay?
Yeah, I'll just take the intelligence because it was my mistake. I was supposed to say education, but you remember that to be Paul Rogers was the first guy that Abraham and Guy Fontaine chased down the streets. He seems to be a middleman who was selling the ink, the black, on campus.
Yeah.
He was the one who squealed when Abraham Lincoln got a critical success on his little interrogation in the back of the car.
Yeah. I remember now. Yes. I write his name underneath the
It's Paul
perfect,
Rogers.
imperfect sketch. Yeah.
Still trying to get those stains out the back of the car.
Whose fault is that?
Well, it is. He should control himself.
So he disappears into the building, and after several moments, about 20 minutes or so, he comes out and he seems to have a bag on his back now.
I'm writing down everything. So time that he went in, time that he came out. It was empty when he went in. It was with a case when it came out, etc. It's probably the black stuff that is going in this case that is gonna go and I know this is not wise, but I'm not known to be a wise person, so I'm gonna say it. Mr. Bufalino, how about we row to the coast to the what's it called, embankment thing, and I followed the round glasses guy. What's his name again? Paul, he said?
Paul Rogers.
Paul Rogers. I know we shouldn't split, but I think it would be a good idea if we can understand the exact location where he's what's the word? Oh, tonight with the words. Dealing with this. Distributing. Yeah, the distribution point.
I think that might be a good idea.
Splendid. So, rowing.
So you're trying to follow him, are you?
Yeah.
He's pulled up on a bicycle.
I
So
thought
you will
she
have-
was.
Sorry.
I thought Francis meant that she was going to disembark from the boat and follow him on land.
That's what
Yeah.
I mean. But what I'm saying is when you observed him pulling up, he pulled up on a bicycle. So keeping up with him to follow him would be incredibly difficult, especially since you're in the middle of the river at the moment. So rowing to shore and then approaching the warehouse stealthily, by the time you get there, he'll have just driven off on his bike.
It was a good idea, Francis.
Oh, thank you, but it didn't work. Okay.
We need to have someone else on land then.
Yeah, presumably it happens again tomorrow night. So maybe.
We'll make a recommendation that someone be out there with a bicycle.
Yeah. Or we just cut the tires. One tire. Because two tires is suspicious, but we can pierce one of the two tires. And maybe he has to walk so we can follow him.
We'll pass that recommendation on to the night crew.
Okay, speaking of night, as the light dims and shadows lengthen and it turns to darkness, you start hearing eerie shrieks coming from the abattoir, coming from the slaughterhouse, and you seem to catch glimpses of two stick-like otherworldly shadows that seem to be flying above the slaughterhouse, skulking in the shadows. Can you please?
If they were bats?
Yes. Can you please make sanity rolls? Similar to bats, but they seem much bigger, and the shrieks you're hearing and noises send chills down your spines.
Oh, perfectly okay.
Okay, so Francis, you're fine. Vinny, can you please roll a d3 for me?
Oh no! Oh no, it's his first sanity roll, and
so you lose 3 sanity points, and I'll say for your, let me just check, for your involuntary action, you just freeze up. You stare disbelievingly at these creatures. You've never heard or seen anything like it. They're moving, you know those old like 1960s monster movies where they're all arthritic in the like claymation. The way they're moving seems to be similar to that. You've never seen anything like that in real life before, and you freeze up.
Wait, hold on.
Possibly I would notice that he's frozen with this, the sight of this. So I'm, putting my hand on his shoulder and say, Vinny, it's okay. There's nothing to worry about. There is a lot worse out there.
I've seen some strange things, Francis, but nothing like that.
I know. Well, you will see more. Don't worry. Sorry. No, it's okay. Don't worry. They're there. They're doing. No, I know. I understand. Each other. Yeah, we know exactly what to do with them. Don't worry. But I have no idea, obviously.
Okay. Thank you. I'll just have another donut.
You brought the donuts
like
with you,
a good idea.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Francis and I are finishing them off.
Oh.
Never let a good donut go to waste.
Eating donuts and stakeout. What could be better?
Where's the wild strawberry and chocolate gone?
Even on the posh stakeouts.
Well, I went to look for these donuts. Yeah.
Ladies' choice. You take your pick.
Oh, I'll take the hazelnut one.
There you go.
Okay, that's all you see for the rest of the night.
So time to roll back to the meeting spot.
When I see the others, right, hello, everything whispering, okay? Hello. Right, we saw a couple of interesting things. Paul Rogers? You remember him, guys?
Yeah.
Right, I'll take out
it. Makes my car up good.
That squeaky little ginger kid.
Yeah, I pull out my notebook, the scrapbook, and I show them the drawing of Paul Rogers, which is just an outline of the face with the 2 lenses, round lenses. It's 2 circles.
I look at the picture, look at Francis. That's brilliant.
Oh, I'm so glad you would have recognized him, wouldn't you? That's so glad. I'm so glad. But I'm really feeling really proud, obviously, about 10 centimeters taller at this moment. So he came in at such time. He left 20 minutes later. He didn't have a case. He had a case when he came out. And then at this time, and I look at the notes because I couldn't remember the exact time. So I look at this time, we had the vultures flying over the warehouse.
Vultures?
Yeah, whatever creatures. They look like bats, but a lot bigger. And
oh, I know. I saw one of those in the rafters when I was inside the building.
That's it. Right, fantastic. I turned to Vinny and said, see, we know exactly what they are, and we know exactly what to do with them. Don't we, guys?
I kind of look at her and I think, do we?
You're welcome to make a Cthulhu Mythos roll if you like, to see if you do know what they are.
You did read something about summoning some creature that was like that.
Yeah, the faceless ones.
Guy.
I'll spend the point of luck.
Oh, wow. Cthulhu Mythos, right? Coming up. No way!
Wow. Francis
Save your
managed to
luck,
get a hard
perhaps, then.
success as well.
Maybe I won't spend a point of luck.
Okay, give me 1 second. I'll just find it here for you. So you believe from the reading of Jonathan Dover's diary and your knowledge from your general knowledge of the Cthulhu mythos that these creatures are called night gaunts. They are creatures of the dreamlands that serve Nodens by, among other things, grasping and carrying off intruders who are unceremoniously then dumped in the most dismal and horrible places imaginable and left to die. Night gaunts are stationed at various spots in the lonely parts of the dreamlands, coming out at night to seek their prey. In primeval times, they dwelled in the waking world as well, and some suggest that they might still be the case. While not very intelligent, night gaunts can understand some languages, such as the gibbering of ghouls, and are friendly to some occult races. They're also known as the Faceless Ones.
What's the most important thing is, how do you kill them?
The same way you kill pretty much anything else that you don't want to come after you.
Get out my bag with my favourite Jane inside of it.
Mm-hmm. It's not very large, but it looks a bit like that.
Oh, yeah.
You know that they are... they like to work in groups, and they can restrain prey and use their barbed tails to do something called tickling their prey, where they incapacitate their prey for a number of turns and then fly them up into the sky, dropping them from colossal heights.
Ah, how charming. Okay.
So my question to you, Francis and Abraham, is you, the two of you together with Sterling, you had a very bad experience in that warehouse, did you not? You came under a lot of firepower, and now there are these demonic-like creatures who tickle people and haul them off and drop them from high places. Is our goal really to go in there and kill everything that's inside the warehouse, or should we perhaps be a little more focused on taking out the leader, Jacob Dover? Would that be enough to shut down his operation?
Francis is quiet and hesitating because she kind of agrees with this.
Abraham Lincoln shuffling his feet again because he's already considered tracking him down and killing him. If you remember, in between games, that was his plan, which was basically to observe it enough so he knew where he was and find Jacob and kill him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We need to. Yeah, the thing is that he doesn't seem to leave this warehouse, does he?
You mean he lives there 24/7? That's a dismal.
Well, we
awful
haven't
place
seen
to
him
live.
going out. We have seen him opening the door, but we haven't seen going in or out. What if he has an apartment or kind of a room or something and he stays there 24/7? Indeed, we need to find a way to lure him out.
But we've not watched for that long yet, so he might go in the morning or go in the middle of the night or something.
Abraham and I need to leave soon for the night shift, or we're gonna miss some of our surveillance. Go ahead, Francis.
What time did we go in the warehouse last time? What time was
I
it?
believe it was in the afternoon/evening.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
it
it
was.
was.
Because
there were no vulturing creatures.
they were inside, yeah, because they don't like sunlight.
Yeah, because
so
they're
it was
creatures
still-
of the night, obviously.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
So if we want to do this, we don't do this at night.
As an alternative to taking out Dover, I would think let's determine when the warehouse has the fewest occupants, the fewest people on guard, and go in there and burn the place down.
Somebody's feet are shuffling again.
Right, this is what I'm gonna do then. I'm gonna go and have a nap in my house, and I'll be back here at 7:30, and I'll take over. Mr. Bufalino, if you don't want to because you're too tired, you don't do that.
Oh, I will join you.
Okay, splendid. Because we need to cover the morning. If you want to know if there's the lightest moment as in terms of people in it, it potentially is the morning.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll be back here at 7:30.
I'll give you the keys to my car so you can get down there.
I will too.
Splendid. Thank you. If we only had the keys to the car when Paul Rogers was here. Okay, see you back in the morning.
Have a good night. Okay, Agent Lincoln. Let's row our boat.
Okay. So because it's now nightfall, I'll give you a bonus die on your stealth/disguise rolls.
Okay. Ooh, I think I need my bonus die.
Yeah. Oh.
Oops, there we go.
Yeah, I'm just another success.
Oh, I did change it to a 20.
Nice. So it's a regular success for Guy on stealth and a hard success from Abraham. So you slip silently into the water and row quietly up to where the river curls round beside the abattoir, beside the slaughterhouse. As you observe, as the hours tick by, you see a car pull up quietly, and Seamus O'Shea and a couple of people you don't recognize get out and spread out and circle the building. After
Gee,
another...
Agent Lincoln, as you said, Agent Lincoln. Gee, Agent Lincoln, I wonder how Seamus O'Shea found out about the warehouse.
Oh, these underworld people have contacts all over the place. Probably the police. Don't disturb them.
Yeah. Sometimes they have contacts right under your nose.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it's incredible.
Okay.
I'm going to do a psychology roll on Agent Lincoln.
Yeah, I was about to say, would you like to do a fast talk or psychology roll? So he knows something's up.
You confess up to me now, Abraham. You tipped him off, didn't you?
Well, I they're interested parties. I thought, they might have information to share, and it might have slipped out where they were.
I just hope that this doesn't come back to bite us, getting involved with the Irish mob.
Oh, I'm sure we'll be fine. We've seen worse.
Oh, dear. Seamus did not roll well at all on his stealth. At all, so...
Does he get a bonus die because it's night?
Yes, that is a good shout, actually. I forgot he will get a bonus die.
Good old Seamus, I'm there to say.
Yeah. He changes that to a 39. That's a very good shout, yeah. So he does stealth, and he is hidden in a bush nearby. So his stakeout will go rather smoothly by the looks of things. A few hours after they pull up, you see the door open again, and out comes the same guy as, well, you won't know, but yeah, as the others saw. Abraham, you're familiar with this figure?
Yeah, he shot me.
He beat you up with his knuckle, shot at you and then beat you with his knuckle dusters. He comes out and he disappears for 20 minutes or so, comes back with the car, pulls up, and out comes Jacob Dover. Gets into the back of the car and they drive off.
I'll see if I can use the binoculars to get the make and model of the car and the registration number.
Very good, yeah. You write this down. You see just after they... Sorry.
What time of night was this?
This is about 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning.
Okay. I wonder if this is a nightly thing. It's something we can count on them doing every night. Then, with all 4 of us here, that could be our opportunity. Go ahead.
Yeah, so Seamus O'Shea moves back to the car that he hid in the bushes, or wherever he hid it, moves back and then gets in the car and starts following them with his lights off.
Oh, Seamus.
And they disappear from sight. The rest of the night is quiet, apart from the screeching of the night gaunts flying around. So I need both of you to please make sanity rolls.
They're going to say apart from Agent Lincoln snoring.
Agent Lincoln snoring.
Do I need to do it? So I did one the last time I saw them.
You did, yeah, so you're fine actually. It's just Guy who needs to.
Oh, the night... Oh. So this is a sanity roll you're asking for?
Yes, please, yeah, because it's the first time you've seen the night gaunt.
Okay. Ooh.
Okay, so that's a D3, please.
One point.
1 point. You swear. You start cussing and swearing in disbelief. Even
Damn
though
it.
His mouth quieted him down.
What are you doing in our damn universe? Get back to their dreamlands.
Very nice. So the rest of the night passes uneventfully and you're able to row back to the meeting point.
Hello, guys. How did it go?
So they left around 2 o'clock in the morning. The sort of bodyguard and the Ed guy, they went and got a car, and probably about 15 minutes walk away from wherever the place is.
And they've not come back?
No.
Oh, okay. We better rush to the strategic point to see if they come back, at what time they come back. Any nice drawings?
I'm going to pass out donuts and hot coffee to everyone.
Yay! I'm a federal agent. That'll do. But close enough for donuts for that.
And now Frances and I are going to go on our shift, right?
Yeah. Let's see if this Jacob comes back.
Okay, please make stealth/disguise rolls again. This time it's daylight, it's dawn now, so... Oh, very nice.
Yeah. I'm indecisive. Stealth is higher, so I have more chances. Yeah.
Okay, again, you manage to disguise the boat and yourselves as another bush that's floating in the river very well, very easily, and you are able to observe without being observed. It's about 9 o'clock in the morning when you see the car pull up again and Jacob Dover gets out and goes back into the warehouse. And then the car pulls away. Willis Carter then comes back, walks back from wherever he hides it, or wherever he parks it, and enters the warehouse again. How long are you there for again? Until 5 in the afternoon?
Yep.
You see a couple of... After Jacob Dover arrives in the car and Willis Carter goes back in, you see a couple of unfamiliar figures You see another car pull up with Seamus O'Shea in it, and a couple of unfamiliar figures seem to emerge from the bushes and the nearby cattle holding pens and get into the car and drive off.
I draw a sketch of them. Or try to.
At some point in the afternoon, you also see a number of strung out teenagers leave. There are about 3 of them. They all leave the warehouse as another 3 show up. And they all look horrible. They look huge bags under their eyes, disheveled hair, dirty, messy clothes.
So far, you've just described a normal teenager.
All the 6 of them, they're coming and they're going.
3 are going, 3 are coming in, yeah.
Yeah, they all look like that.
They all
Not
look
just
similar.
the ones that are going.
Yeah, very sallow faces, pale, gaunt, malnourished, and you can't see much else from there. But yeah, that's what you see.
Okay.
And that's it for the day. For your shift, at any rate, yeah.
All right.
We're going back to the meeting point. I'm going to pass the sketchbook again to them and explain what happened. And this car is pulled up with these people, and then the teenagers, etc., etc. Oh, and the Jacob came back at about around 9 o'clock.
Yeah, about 10 o'clock in the morning. 9, 10 in the morning.
Stayed out, 6, 7 hours, you said? 2 or 3 was in the morning, so...
Mm-hmm. He seems to have gone somewhere for about 7 hours.
Well, why don't we all get some sleep today and then come back and do a night shift together with the 4 of us? Starting at, say, shift together with the 4 of us. Starting at, say, 11 p.m.
Okay, do you want to do something at 2, 3 in the morning to get this Jacob, or just follow him?
I think we take advantage of when he's not there and go in and take care of business inside there, whatever that's going to involve.
It's going to involve those night demons.
I would very much like to see where it goes, and Paul Rogers as well. So, how about...
If we can shut down their operation, then Dover, Rogers, they're all just a footnote.
Yeah, but they can just start up again in another warehouse, couldn't they?
Not if the source of their drug, if the operation is in that warehouse.
I know, but I'm very concerned about the kids, the students. Paul Rogers is the kind of person that if Jacob goes, he will find another and carry on his activity. So,
Can Francis, Abraham, just Francis and Abraham make education rolls, please? Because I would say Sterling as well, but Sterling's not here.
Is that a straight intelligence roll?
Education.
Oh, right, got it, yeah.
Wow.
So both of you recall very vividly that the black seemed to be, when you investigated the warehouse last time, the slaughterhouse, the black seemed to be coming from inside one of the teenagers. And it could very easily be replicated anywhere else.
I don't know, guys. What do you think? Yeah, I would still like to know where they go. So perhaps follow.
I think that's worthwhile. We'll know that Rogers goes to the university, but we don't know where he lives. So I think these people need to be sort of brought to justice. And once they're out the way, the warehouse isn't really important.
If we organize a synchronized action with the police, perhaps, and Mr. Bufalino could perhaps do that, then we have a team, a police team.
What are the police going to find? They're just going to find some kids sitting in a warehouse, and they're going to find some ink.
No, I mean, to get the Rogers, one team will get Rogers, one team will get Jacob, one team gets the warehouse.
But they're not, according to the police, they're doing nothing illegal.
Yeah, all right, yeah, of course, yeah.
It's just selling ink. If the kids are stupid enough to drink it, that's their fault.
If we only had cameras and could take pictures of it.
Well, since it seems that Agent Lincoln here has decided to get the Seamus and his mob involved, the Irish mob.
I give a really dirty look.
Yeah, you just dropped that bomb on everyone.
Well, why shouldn't they know, Agent Lincoln? You confessed to me. What are we hiding from the others?
What did I confess to you? I just said that these people have means of finding out this sort of thing when we saw them down there.
Frances and I saw Seamus driving away.
Anyhow, that's water under the bridge. Should we try to contact Seamus and get his take on this to see if how he and his mob would deal with this? Perhaps we can coordinate with them.
I'll see if I can get in contact with him somehow.
Okay. Frances hasn't blinked at all, so she's absolutely fine with it. So yes, so are we organizing? Yeah, we're gonna go have a rest. What time is it again? Is it 5 p.m? Yeah.
Yeah, you just finished the day shift, so whatever time you finish surveillance, just after.
So I'll go. I'll go and get a meal in the coffee house and see if I see Seamus again.
Yeah, well, perhaps we can all go and have a proper meal, hot meal, and a good coffee, and then we come back out.
Sounds lovely. We have, however, reached the halfway point, so we're going to cool our jets there. Give us a minute to go to the loo, get drinks, do anything we got to do, and we'll be right back after about 5 or 10 minutes, guys. Don't go anywhere.
Cool.
all right. Welcome back, everyone. We are carrying on with the None More Black scenario. The investigators have been staking out the slaughterhouse and keeping an eye on Jacob Dover's comings and goings, literally trying to find a kink in his armor because he's holed up in there with some demonic night gaunts flying around and a bunch of security guards keeping an eye on the premises. They have enlisted the help of Seamus O'Shea to try and stake out the place and see if they can come across any way that they can end the black plague is a bit of a strong word, but the black drug that seems to be causing so many deaths. We now resume play with everyone having a nice long kip before heading to the campus grounds to find Seamus O'Shea and see what he was able to uncover during his stakeout. So you're sitting in the cafe and Seamus O'Shea walks in by himself, notices you, gives you a nod, comes over. How are we doing, guys? Everyone okay?
Yeah, good. Bit more of an update for you.
Aye, I've got some news for you as well.
Oh, go on then.
No, you first. Ladies first, as they say.
Okay, I'll look at Francis and say, do you want to tell him that?
Francis is smiling and thinking he was not referring to me, surely. Well, hello, nice to see you again. What would you recommend from this place?
He's a very polite. He's a very polite mobster. This one.
Yeah, he is. What would you recommend from this place? I'm kind of starving.
Oh, I wouldn't even begin to know. I don't really come to places like this. I'm just here to see my old pal Lincoln over there.
I see. Oh. On a regular basis, I guess, then. Right, okay. Right, so we were wondering what you have discovered of these common foes of ours.
Aye, okay. So, let me just find it here. That slaughterhouse that he's holed up in, right? Was once called Campbell's Meat Processing. It was closed down around 30 years ago when the local supply of meat dried up. Anyway, Jacob Dover here seems to have had come in some kind of windfall of money. He used it to buy the slaughterhouse. I'm betting he did it by selling that black drug to people. He seems to use that as headquarters, as you obviously know. But we were able to follow him last night.
Yes, Mr. O'Shea. Could you please tell us something we don't know?
Oh, okay, I'm getting to it. Do you know where he lives?
No. We're all pending from your lips.
Aye, well, it's an old run-down 3-story brick building on the seediest side of town. I can give you the address. We went in there after he left, though. We tried searching the place. There doesn't seem to be much in there, just a single bed. It's the definition of squalor, if you ask me. Doesn't seem to spend much time there, just went back there for a kip as far as we can tell.
Oh, basically goes there to sleep. Okay.
What about his bodyguard? You know about him?
I believe he was an old football player for the university, but got kicked out for using illicit substances. He's a pretty hench guy. I wouldn't dream of taking him on one-on-one, even though I'm pretty tough myself.
Did he also had a sleep there, or went somewhere else?
Aye, they seem to both stay there for the same amount of time.
Okay.
I'd say he has an apartment in the same building.
Okay. 2 apartments. Okay.
And there's another guy as well, the distributor on the campus. His name's Paul Rogers.
Oh, that was the guy I've been looking for. Aye.
Ginger, big ground glasses, sort of goofy looking.
I take out the scratchbook and I show the perfect picture of him.
Oh, very good drawing there. Well, I mean,
thank you. Everyone keeps saying that.
By the sounds of things, sorry, yeah.
I just said I have to tell Sterling that everyone is praising my drawings.
He's obviously been giving you lessons.
Obviously.
So he says, by the sounds of things, though, this one's just the middleman, right? He's just collecting and selling,
he
distributing.
and sells it, yeah.
Aye, this Jacob Dover seems to be the lead guy. that warehouse he's in, it seems pretty well fortified, but at the same time it's also secluded. So if we were to get to him at all, it might be a good place to do so. From what I can see, he only has the one henchman around. And then after that, it's just them drug addict teenagers he uses. He seems to be paying them in the black.
Yeah. When you were watching last night, did you happen to notice anything, strange on the roof in the shadows?
Strange like how? We heard some crazy ass noises, some freaky screaming and stuff from above. We thought it was just some kind of bird.
It's got wings, but it's pretty big. Yeah, and it's got, like, let's call them trained attack bird things that are sizes of an eagle or bigger.
He gives you a weird look with raised eyebrows. What are you babbling about?
Well, you'll see them if you go in there, but you should be aware of them and be ready for those as well.
All right.
So basically, take any flamethrowers you have.
Flamethrowers.
Or, rocket
Now that
launchers.
girl is down Abraham's line of thinking.
Sorry, Agent Lincoln. When you stay too much with you take the bad habits. The habits. I didn't.
Yeah, that's not a bad habit.
Well, Mr. Seamus, what's your take on who should we take out to shut down this operation? Where do we do it, and when? Let's get right down to brass tacks here.
Well, I'm liking you. I like the look of you. All right. Well, I say we cut off the head of the snake. Right? It's Jacob Dover. Even if we stop the warehouse stuff, he'll just go to somewhere else and do it. He seems to be acquiring this somehow from the teenagers and then using it to get more teenagers involved. It's a vicious circle. So if we cut the head off the snake, it'll solve all the problems. Now, going into that warehouse probably isn't the best of ideas unless we all go in together at once. See if we can outnumber him. But there's a possibility if he keeps leaving the slaughterhouse to catch him on the road somewhere.
An ambush on the road?
Aye, that could work. It's only a one-way street down from the slaughterhouse that he uses straight back to the city. Perhaps we could catch him there unawares in the dead of night. Ambush him.
That might be better than doing it in the warehouse. I think the problem might be the law coming across us, and a shootout in the streets is probably not going to please them.
Aye, that's why I was saying the warehouse is nice and secluded like. I don't see the problem with going in there ourselves, a couple of enforcers and use lot together. Them teenagers will run scared as soon as they see the numbers.
No, I'm not sure they will. They're kind of drugged out and crazy. They'll probably will carry on fighting.
Well, it's not the first time we've taken out a competition when they've been holed up somewhere. Shouldn't be too much of a doozy.
I like the idea of an ambush on the road. Perhaps lay a chain across the road and pull it taut just as the car is coming through.
Aye, or chop down a tree or something, dig a hole. Maybe just walk out in front of them. They're not going to run you over, are they? Don't want to be caught doing nothing legal. If there's enough of us on the road waiting for them, they'll stop. The trick is to get them out of the car, right? So they can't drive off.
Couple of trucks to drive across the road and block it.
There is...
Front and back.
Aye, a couple of cars maybe, form a barricade. There is another avenue which we considered, which was for us to approach, acting as potential clients and investors or buyers. That way we could get into the warehouse without, going in guns blazing, so to speak. Then once inside, we might be able to scope out this operation a bit more. Have you been into the warehouse? Have you seen inside?
Yeah.
What was it like?
Partly. There's kind of like the downstairs is a couple of cubicles and a large area with a big tub of the black in it. And then there's a gangway at the top and an office up there. There was about 4 of those youths plus the bodyguard and Dover.
So we're talking a total of 6?
When we were there, yeah.
6 staff.
And they're all armed.
Right. Well, it's up to you guys. You make the call. If you want to go in there, I'll come and accompany you. There'll be 6 of us versus 6 of them, and I'm not one to lie down without a good fight.
Yeah, a lot of our group are not fighters, so you might want to consider, additional support.
I can bring a couple of muscle with me if you need.
I'll look around the other people and see what they seem to be thinking.
Don't mean to be rude, Mr. O'Shea, but that would be 5 of us against 6 of you. Unless you bring a couple of muscle. Or unless you're counting yourself as a double person.
Oh, I miscounted. Sorry, mass was never my strong suit.
That kind of mistake can get us killed, you know.
Well, as I said, I'd be happy to bring some hired muscle.
He's quietly nodding very, very happily. Bring the muscle, she's thinking. Lots of muscle.
I suppose nighttime would be best to do this, right? Going in the dead of night when they're sleeping, or not quite so... Wouldn't be quite so obvious to people.
I wouldn't go that route. I think that the lovely, eagerly looking birdie could be a problem at night.
Yeah. That it might be better in the day. Maybe early dawn, just as the light's coming up.
Yeah. Once they are sure that those birds have gone back to sleep. Or late afternoon, like we did the other day. But, oops, then she's looking at Seamus, obviously. Yeah, I'm moving on quickly. Yeah, well, this afternoon, late afternoon, early morning, yeah, that's fine, yeah, absolutely. But I thought how about we have a team taking Jacob when he goes to his flat, so the head is chopped off. I mean, not literally. Well, you can choose if you want to do it literally, it's fine. And then the warehouse is in chaos without the warehouse is without the leader. And the other group takes the warehouse.
So you want to split up then?
Or take Jacob out and then we go to the warehouse, but that's night.
Well, I think the primary target should be Jacob Dover. I don't think the warehouse is too consequential once he's gone. But we need to make sure Willis goes as well. He might have the know-how as well to procure this black. Have you found out a way? Have you found out the process? How the hell are they getting it? What the hell is it?
Well...
So, you're not going to believe this. You're from an Irish family, aren't you?
What gave me away?
I don't know. I met a guy once had a very similar accent, but it's you know a lot about the Fae and stuff like that, yeah?
What do you mean, like fairies and satires and whatnot?
Yeah, sort of like that. But you know that they're not all good ones, don't you? You know that some of them are a bit malicious.
There's plenty of evil in this world, if that's what you're talking about.
So you know that like they can kind of pull stuff out of people, and that's what they're doing there. They're using spells to pull stuff out of them and put it into the
magic
into the black
witchcraft and occult magic. You're talking about?
Yeah.
He looks at you funnily. He's not sure.
I know it's weird. But if you want to, don't believe me, go and stake it out for another night and watch when it gets dark and see those things come out.
Well, we don't want to waste too much time. I can do that if you want, but I thought we wanted to act on this.
Yeah, I'd like to get it out of the way, but if I'm just telling you that there's going to be some nasty stuff there. And thinking about it, it might be better to meet him at his house. If you can already get in there, I presume you can pick the locks or
no,
whatever.
his house is out of the question. There'll be other witnesses. Far too many witnesses and people around.
Oh, okay, it's too busy there, is it?
Otherwise, you could have whacked him the other night. We were thinking about doing that, or at least taking him in for questioning. But the landlady is up all night. There's people coming and going. And then there's that question of his bodyguard as well. We can't get them both silent, like, at the same time.
Okay, so I don't know about everybody else, but rather than take on the whole bunch in one go, I think the car blocking it close by, and it's still in the sort of abandoned area, and then dealing with them quickly.
Right then. The only thing is we'd have to be prepared, right? Because we can't just block the road. What happens if someone else comes along? We need to know for certain he's coming down the road, block the road, do the ambush, get him out of the way quick as you go, like, and then quick as you can, like, and then clear the road again.
Yeah.
So here's my thought. We use the chain obstruction and only raise the chain when we get a signal from somebody further down the road who signals us that this is Jacob Dover's car approaching. So we get the signal, we raise the chain, stops the car, then we assault them, take them out. Then if we want to, we take them out and everybody's okay, then we could, if we want to, go down to the warehouse and take care of business there. But that would be optional.
Okay, what time? That sounds like a grand plan.
What time? Well, we know that they leave the warehouse at about 2 to 3 in the morning, right? So we could set up around midnight and wait for them to come. Go ahead, detective.
Now, when you say take them out, you aren't suggesting that we dispose of them, are you?
Aye, what do you think we should do?
I think they should be arrested and charged and arrested and taken to the police station.
He gives you a funny look again, like he's been giving the others. I thought you said the police were being bloody useless on this.
That's kind of the point, is that they have been useless, and they will continue to be, because it's not normal. But how will they not be?
Because they're going to take my word for it.
And your word will stand up in court when you say that they're extracting this drug that doesn't test as a drug from the heads of children and selling it to other children to kill them.
Say what? What?
Detective Bufalino, we're going to be in a nasty firefight with them. We're not going to have a chance to arrest them. The only way to take them down is to take them out.
They're hurting children? That's another story. Take them out.
Vinny, because obviously now Francis is calling him Vinny after spending so many hours in a
course. Of course, call me Vinny.
Donuts.
Yes.
Yeah. We share donuts together, so
that's right. A lovely evening.
Yeah, indeed. Vinny, you see, these people are really, really, really bad, and the police needs the evidence. They will always get away with it because they manage. Because this Jacob, as we have just found out, has got a lot of money now, so he can buy his way out. And yes, they have killed, that we know of, 3 university students already. Actually, make it 4, because then we had one in the warehouse. That we know of. There are more students, young students, taking this thing. And as soon as you take this thing, that's it. You slowly will die. We haven't found a way. We haven't had the chance to research it. If there is a way to take this black stuff out of their bodies,
has it been analyzed?
Yeah, all they find is alcohol and an unknown organic substance, which is the stuff that they're extracting from these kids' brains. But they can't prove anything is bad what they're doing.
Well, if they're hurting and killing children, I don't care if they're high schoolers or university students. That's not acceptable. Take them out. I have a daughter who lives in Chicago, and she got involved in drugs, and it's a nasty business. Nasty.
Aye, terrible business. We at least respect the law to some degree. Don't sell to minors. That's rule number 1. But these people, they've got no recourse. Scruples, thank you, aye. And sometimes you just have to fight fire with fire. If they're completely unbending and the law won't step in. That's where the Irish mob does so well. So we all in agreement then? We meet tonight, midnight.
We do what we have to do.
Yep.
Set up the ambush. If you want, we can go and scope out the place and then drive when he's coming ahead to give you warning that he's en route, so you can set the ambush up good and proper.
Okay.
All right then. It's agreement. He shakes your hand.
Let's do this.
How would you like to spend? Well, it was already like 5 in the afternoon, wasn't it? So you don't have too long before.
Yeah. Well, we had a good meal in the meantime, surely.
We recommend the fish and chips.
Oh yeah, fish and chips. Yeah, I'm gonna have the apple pie. I'm gonna have everything because potentially it's the last meal. So, knowing these things, and then we're gonna load ourselves with firepower, aren't we? And I'm looking at Agent Lincoln, hoping in his approval because I have probably said the right words.
Yeah.
Cool. So where can I get the Thompson? Nice Smiley.
Thompson.
You just leave Jane to me.
I thought you had a shotgun, Francis.
I do have a shotgun. You're
Shotgun's
right.
not exactly underpowered. It's not exactly.
As long as it's not left in the boot of the car, yeah, I do have a shotgun.
Okay, so I'll move you all on to a new map.
And I assume the good detective has a nice heavy leather trench coat and some kind of head protection, like a football helmet. Detective Bufalino?
I do not.
Well, it could prove useful.
Agent Lincoln, do you have anything spare in the boot of your car?
It would depend on how much our kind GM would allow me to have looted from the building, which I did say I would take as much as I could manage.
Yeah,
Or let's
you've
go
got a
grab-
relatively full boot of equipment. You said you had general stuff anyway, didn't you, before?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. There's like camping stuff in there, and there's flashlights and all that kind of stuff in there. But when I was going around, I tried to find any like documentation and weapons and stuff like that I could potentially use for later on, rather than just ending up in the police lockup somewhere. So I don't know what I would have come away with because we never discussed that.
That's a good question.
So I don't know if I have the body armor like we've got now.
Yeah, well, everyone had body armor already, didn't they? I thought, didn't you?
Yeah, we all did, but
Yeah, I'll say you've
Yeah.
got a spare set of body
Vinny
armor.
said.
Yeah, a spare set for Vinny in the back.
then that gives you 2 points of armor.
Oh, 2 points, not 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's proper body armor. It's not like a leather coat. It's like combat armor,
Oh, good.
like a combat helmet and a ballistic vest kind of thing.
So do I need to drag something into the possessions?
Do they have combat armor? I think they do, don't they, in the compendium?
I think it talks about armor, but I don't think it actually shows anything in there, not that I can remember.
You can add it manually to your character sheet just by adding something and then just writing combat armor and then saying 2 points of armor.
It'd be regular armor.
Guess the key thing is on the combat settings, the rightmost box there has armor value. Change that to a 2.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Can everyone see the new map, by the way? And move
Yeah.
their tokens and stuff around on it. So yeah, set your cells up as you'd like. I'll see if there's a chain in the
Trees. Oh, the chain, yeah. Yeah, how long a chain will we be using here? Maybe how about from there, that tree to behind those bushes and rocks? That's not too far. 35 feet. So 45, 50-foot chain should do it.
We don't seem to have any. They're just soldiers for some reason. What? All I can get are these things. I'll show you one. Oh, they're not. There we go. Like that. All I'm getting is that stuff. I don't know why.
Yeah.
Very strange. From the web, can I do it like that?
Yeah, from the web.
Continue. Oh, it's taking me to a different... No, it's not adding them. I don't know why. It's not putting them on the map. Okay, we'll just have to use imaginations.
Or you could just draw a line.
There we go.
There you go. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'll make that bigger. Well, that's a huge chain. Presumably you found it at the docks. Where did you say you want it from? From like across there. That's absolutely massive. Obviously it's not that big, but you get the idea, right?
Mm-hmm.
Whereabouts would you like to hide as well? Please take yourselves to...
Got there.
So you'll need one person on either side of the chain, obviously, to pull it tight.
Great. Guy is set up on one end. Hiding in the tree, in the bushes.
And there's Vinny.
There's some rocks there. I don't know if they're big enough to hide in.
Can everyone please give me stealth rolls so I know how well you're hidden? I'll give you a bonus
We have
die.
Seamus with us as well, or not?
Yeah, Seamus is going to come along before them. So before they even arrive, Seamus will drive ahead of them and... Ooh, not very good on the stealth so far, guys.
So I'm probably standing here. Do we get advantage because it's night time and we're hiding in the bushes?
I was just saying that, yeah, when you asked about Seamus. Yeah. So everyone gets a bonus die because it is night time, as I said before.
I can say, guys, you're making too much noise. Or your bum is sticking out.
Okay, Abraham, that's a 55 out of 56 for you, so that's a success. Very good. Vinny is a 32 out of 23. Slight failure. You're welcome to spend luck if you want. Oh no, you can't because you use a bonus die. Sorry, you can't use...
Can we not point out that his head is visible, perhaps?
If you'd like to give him an assistance...
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, give him...
And because Guy's bonus dropped his to a 0.4 out of 30, so extreme success. And so could I use my extreme success to help Vinny conceal himself as well?
Yes, you can, yeah. And Frances rolled a hard success on her stealth. Was that the last one? That was the last one. Frances, you haven't actually made a stealth roll yet. You just used a bonus die.
No, it's the first one. It's 34 out of 36.
Is it? Oh, okay. I thought that was your last one. All right, no worries. So it's a hard success, an extreme success, a regular success, and with your extreme success, Guy, you assist Vinny with hiding himself properly. So you're all suitably hidden. It's about 3 o'clock in the morning when I don't have another car, but you can imagine Seamus driving down, and he pulls up. He says, "They're coming. Should be here in about 15 minutes or so. We saw him go to get the car." And he runs off into the bushes. He is by himself because he's left the other two behind to carry on staking out the slaughterhouse. And I'm going to give him a stealth roll to see how well hidden he is. And his bonus 35, so he's hidden as well. Very nice. So I need to set that to the map layer and that to the map layer. Go to the map layer. Whoops. Sorry about that, guys.
You can hit it Control-Z to make it go back in place as it was before.
Oh, right. I think I just did that okay. Oh, no, it's down here. There we go. What I'm trying to do is grab all of them, including the car, but it's not letting me, so I'll leave those there. So they drive down.
So I would have coordinated with Vinny that we raise the chain when it's about we don't want them to have time to brake. So say when it's 10 feet away, they're not going to have time to brake.
So about
That's
here.
when yeah.
Right about there.
I don't know about anybody else, but my map's gone completely insane. I'm off the map, and the car's next to me, and
Oh, because I moved the bottom layer. Can you just press refresh?
yeah, okay.
It was my mistake because the car's on the. I need to move the car from the GM, from the map layer. That's why. Token layer. Token layer. Token layer. There we go. Now I can move all of them together. Right. Okay. Is that better for everyone?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay. So can Vinny? Sorry.
Yeah, that's better. I can see that now.
Yeah. So as the car pulls up, can Vinny and Guy please make a strength roll?
Okay. Let's do this, Vinny.
Okay, so I'm trying to think what would happen here. You pull the chain tight, but you don't have a clear enough grip on it. So the car comes along and hits it, but it pulls the chain out of your hand. And obviously Willis hearing the chain, seeing the chain appear, hit the front windscreen, which cracks the windscreen. But then the car pulls the chain, and the whole
Any chance for a pushed roll?
Yeah, if you like to push the roll, you can.
What about would he have to make a driving check? Because the chain might now be wrapped around the wheels and things like that.
That's where I was going with it. But if you'd like to make a push roll, you're welcome to try.
And can I shoot the tire?
So,
if this fails, I will shoot the tires.
all right, but first I have to decide what I'm doing differently on my pushed roll.
That's correct, yeah.
And so, oh boy, I think, yeah, I'll use the car's momentum and try to push the roll to get the end of the chain like in through the driver's car window to actually hit the drivers in the head.
Okay, so you're throwing the end of your chain as it comes tight.
Yeah, because I see the original plan isn't working, and so I'm going to push this to whip it around toward the driver.
Okay, very nice. Please make a strength roll again.
Yeah.
See how well you throw the chain.
Oh no!
No, that is a failure. Unfortunately, you swing the chain and it swings up and smacks you in the face. Please roll a d3. You lose control as the car hits the chain and starts pulling it. It pulls it, yanks it out of your hand as you're about to throw it.
Oh!
Swings up and bats you in the face for 3 points of damage. You are wearing armor though, so that takes it down to 1 point of damage, I believe, as the helmet clunks most of it. Luckily.
Probably have a bloody nose right now.
Yeah.
Can I shoot the tires?
Well, hang on. I'm still addressing the car. So the car itself.
Oh, sorry.
That's all right.
Yeah.
Obviously, Willis will have realised that he's hit something, and there's like a noise, and it smashes against the windscreen. So he's going to make a drive auto to see how well he handles the car. Drive auto. He fails, so he loses control of the car. It skids. And the whole thing careens into the ditch nearby. And he gets out of the car. And needs the chain's on top of everything because it's so big. So the chain's over there. Willis gets out of the car to look around.
Initiative?
Yeah, now's the time to roll initiative for everyone, please.
Do you need a... Yeah, I'll say that up first.
So, Seamus O'Shea...
I have to highlight the token.
I don't have the button.
Oh, sorry. Hang on. Wait, everyone. I need to clear the list because we've got the old list coming up. Right, could everyone start again, please? Sorry.
So the button that you press is on the character sheet under combat. Then to the left, it'll say dexterity to turn tracker. That box.
You have to click on your character picture on the map.
Yeah.
Yeah, add 50, is it? For
Yeah, when you've got your weapon out and ready, you add 50.
I didn't.
I didn't because I had both of my hands on the chain.
That's correct, yeah. Vinny and Guy, you won't have had your opportunity to draw your weapon, unfortunately. Jacob Dover.
Wow, 150.
And William Curtis.
Does Abraham have a 100 dex?
I have 70 plus. Oh, how did that happen? Well. That's better.
Okay, so he steps out and goes, "What the hell's going on?" Abraham, it's your turn.
How far can I move and still shoot?
Your movement rate in feet. In yards.
Times
In yards, sorry, so it's times 3 in feet.
It's 21 feet.
Mm-hmm.
I shall then give him.
So he sees you approach and he says, "Well, well, well. Hello again, Pipsqueak."
I say. Give him a burst from the machine gun.
He's not going to like that. He's going to dive for cover. So you get a penalty die. Well, if he has to roll a dodge first, doesn't he?
Yeah.
If he succeeds, then you get a penalty die. So hang on, a burst, is that just 3 rounds, is it, that you're doing?
I can never remember how this works. So if I do one,
If you do one shot, it's just a straight shot.
yeah,
If
and
you
then I do a
do-
burst.
A burst, then for every burst after the first burst, you get a consecutive penalty die.
Okay, so I'll do 2 bursts.
So 2 bursts. The first burst is automatic fire, so that's 1 penalty die. You're not in point blank range, are you? You're slightly out.
I'm just looking how many. It's your
1/5 of your dex.
yeah. So dex 70. So that's
14 feet.
So he's out.
Yeah.
So you get 1 penalty die for it being a burst. He's also going to dive for cover, which I'll do now. If he succeeds, it'll be a 2nd penalty die. Where's his dodge? Dodge. He's only got 35. But he does succeed. So he dives for cover, forfeiting his next action, giving you another penalty die. So that's 2 penalty dice so far.
oh, why is that not clicked on it?
I'm not sure.
Oh, I must have clicked the wrong one. Hang on, let me just try that again.
And then the second burst will have a 3rd penalty die on it. So that's still
So
a 38.
that's second.
So 1 more penalty die. Wow, look at that. Very nice. So you
You've got to
managed to
say
roll.
that's consistent shooting.
Yep, so you roll 38 each time. What's your skill in weapons again? Weapon in the rifle or whatever it is you're using.
52.
So 52, you divide it by 4, don't you? I can't remember how we do this. I need to check it. 1 second.
What for the number of bullets?
Yeah, the number of bullets per burst. You divide it by 10. Let me just check. Hang on. Combat. Automatic fire. Here we go. Sorry about this, guys. Oh, it says for full auto, the player declares the number of rounds, bullets to be fired, which may be any number up to the capacity of the gun before rolling the dice. Oh, there we go. To simulate this, the number of bullets fired is divided into a series of volleys with an attack roll made for each volley. A volley is a number of bullets up to or equal to the firer's submachine gun divided by 10 rounded down. So you can get up to 5 bullets per round.
Okay, so that's going to be 2 lots of 5.
Okay. And then it's half of them hit, right? Yeah, if the attack roll is successful, half of the shots fired hit the target. Roll damage for half of the shots. Round down minimum of 1. Subtract any armor from each shot. So you're doing 5 bursts, so you round it down to 2 bullets hit. First one does 4 damage. I just need to check if he's got any armor. Willis Carter. I can't see it anywhere.
Excuse me, I'm going to sneeze.
Well, that's definitely going to throw your aim off. Another penalty die, please.
So then for the second bullet, I'll do another 1d10 plus 2.
Y plus... Is that... Yeah, that's your damage, isn't it? D10 plus 2. That's correct, yeah. He doesn't seem to have any armor. He doesn't mention it. So far, you've done 4 points of damage.
Oh, and 10 with the second bullet.
Very nice. Second one catches him right in the chest. You do 14 points of damage to him. He is still up. So
second burst.
Very, very, very badly beaten.
Good. I owe him.
Yeah. The second burst will be with 3 penalty die. Okay.
Miss.
So that's an 80. Keep going to see if it's a fumble, please. And one more.
I've done it. Oh no, it's 3, wasn't it?
3 in total, yeah, because he's diving for cover and you're burst firing. Okay.
Does that not just count for his first one, though? So there's 1 miss in there, so...
Yeah,
I guess that means it all misses.
80 misses, unfortunately. So, yeah, you've managed to shoot him in the chest and in the shoulder, taking him down quite badly. That's your turn. Frances.
Yeah, she was looking at all the scene and thinking Agent Lincoln leave us some for us as well. So, yeah, shooting. Or trying to.
From where you're standing? Who are you shooting at as well? And...
Remember with yours, Elena, the closer you are, the more damage you do.
Okay, so can I go inside the bushes? Hang on.
So you can move whatever your movement rate is times 3.
No, the idea was to get inside the bush.
Yeah.
And so that they would completely cover me, and
so you've got cover.
You could probably get to there from where you were, and then get point blank as well. Give you a bonus.
No, I will be too close.
She needs to be within 13 feet.
I have no idea.
Not even quite. She'd have to be about in front of the bush.
Yeah.
Yeah, almost. Yeah, if she got in the bush, I'd allow it. Yeah.
Well, this bush.
Yeah, if you were in the center of that bush, if you were right here, that's about 13. But can you get it? Because you were here, weren't you? What's your movement rate times 3? Can you move 15 feet?
You're at least a 7, aren't you? So that's 21. 8, so you're 24 feet.
Okay, so yeah, you can in fact get to this bush if you want. You'll still be in cover, and then you'll be in close proximity to Jacob Dover, who is in the back of the car, so he'll have cover as well. Because you're trying to shoot through the window.
No, I stay where I am and I shoot the engine.
Shoot the engine of the car? Okay. Please make a... It's a shotgun you're using, isn't it?
Yep.
So it's not point blank, it's a single shot. Please just shoot.
Is it 10 yards, 20 yards, or 50 yards?
Oh, it's...
It's less than... It's 25 feet, isn't it?
Yeah, 25 feet.
So it's just over 8 yards.
So under 10 yards. Oh!
Oh!
Extreme success.
Nice!
So you do
Boom.
14 damage to the car. I need to work out how much health the car has, or how much health the car engine has.
I want the engine to go kaboom.
Well, the engine won't explode if you shoot it, but if it will...
No, I know, but in every movie, it
Yeah, you never watch the TV?
Well, you know.
You never seen the A-Team?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, that's fine. I'm just trying to work out how you work out the health of a car from a gunshot wound. Gunshot. Any suggestions, Duane?
I think they do vehicles in terms of their build, and it like knocks their build down.
I know they do that when they're doing ramming for like attacking using a car. Let me just have a look in the index, see if they've got car, health, or anything like that. Automobile. Automatic fire, no.
Sorry, I don't want to complicate this.
No,
Maybe
that's
it's
fine.
gentleman.
A quick solution might be to just see if Jacob Dover's luck is lucky enough for that his car's still running.
Okay, that's a good shout. I like that. On his turn, he'll make a luck roll if he survives. Was that?
As
did
that
you
was an
want-
extreme success, I think he's got to make at least that as a.
Yeah. Okay.
Well.
We'll see. Did you want to move anywhere, Francis? Are you staying there?
I'm staying there.
Okay, no worries. Don't forget to check off the shotgun as an extreme success. So Seamus O'Shea, let's take a look at what he can do. He can move. They're all laid out differently. It drives me crazy. Movement rate 7. There it is. So he can
21
move
feet.
21 feet. Can move to here. So he will move to there. And then, how close? Within 15 feet. What's his dex?
If he added the 50, then his dex is 50.
Yes.
And so he has to be within 10 feet.
Okay, so he's not point blank. He will just fire once using his .45 auto at Jacob Dover. How'd you like this, you kid-killing motherfucker? Straight shot. He has a penalty die, though, because Jacob Dover has cover.
Mm-hmm.
So .45 auto.
Oh!
Is that,
Couldn't lose that.
hang on, I need to check if that's the weirdly programmed thing. No, it's not. It's not. So that was a critical success. Now I'll roll his bonus die. His penalty die, sorry. 4. So he gets 41 out of 60, which is just a regular success, isn't it?
Yeah.
Which is 11 points of damage, according to this. If we take the top one, it's just the regular damage, which is 11. Let's take a
Okay,
look
just
at
roll die. Yeah.
Jacob Dover. Does he have armor? I don't think he does. No, he doesn't have armor, so he takes all... Did I say 7? Is that right?
No,
11. 11. He takes
Yeah.
all 11 points of damage. Okay, that's Seamus's turn. Vinny Bufalino.
So when Seamus shot through the window, did the window shatter?
Mm-hmm. The window's shattered, yeah.
All right, I'm going to walk right up to the window.
Oh, actually, sorry, I didn't add... Jacob Dover could have dived for cover, couldn't he? I didn't add a reaction for Jacob Dover. He is going to dive for cover, so we'll check if he gets a dodge success, and then if he does, then unfortunately Seamus has another penalty die. Let's see how the dodge goes. No, he fails. Okay, so yeah, all good. Yep, your turn.
Does that still use up his action?
It does, I believe. Yeah.
Good.
So is he still sitting in his seat, kind of like frozen in place?
The window shattered. He tried to dive for cover, hitting the seats below the seats at the back, but it still caught him in the chest. So he still suffered 13 points of damage, 11 points of damage, and he's now lying on the seats, bleeding.
Right. So the window's been shattered. I walk right up to the window, put my gun right up, and then say, "Open your mouth," and shoot him right in the mouth.
Okay, no problem. So he's already used his action diving for cover, which means he can't respond. You're point blank, and you've got one shot, so that's a bonus die. You get a hard success. Please roll a bonus. Okay, so 15 hard success does 6 points of damage, and you blow his head off. Casually walk up to the window, put the gun to his face, and just blow his head off before he can do anything. Very nice. Willis Carter is gonna
Finished what Shay started.
He is going to Well, firstly, he needs a luck roll to see if the car's still working.
He has lost his action now, hasn't he?
He has lost his action, that's true. Well, I mean, let's just see how the luck roll goes first, because if the car's not working, then, well, either way, he can't really do anything at this point, can he? Where's his luck? He doesn't have...
Oh, gone.
Yeah, he doesn't have any. They don't have... Characters don't... I forgot, NPCs don't have luck. So, he is basically completely screwed. He just drops his weapons and puts his hands up. Because he doesn't have an action, the car is bust, Jacob Dover's just had his head blown off. Guy, your turn. Puts his hands up and says, "Alright, I'll go quietly. Just don't kill me."
Well, okay. I'm a little late for that, sir. I heard what you did to my friends. And so I'm going to come. I have 21-foot movement. And that should give me at least to there. And, yeah, my .38 revolver.
Okay, so that's
Point blank.
Single shot,
Yeah.
I'm guessing. So,
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a bonus die. He has had his turn, so he got his action back. So he is going to try and dive for cover again if you're shooting at him. So I'll show you his dodge attempt. Willis Carter. Dodge. He fails. Obviously, the bullet wounds that Abraham Lincoln gave him are slowing him down. He's pretty much just fallen to his knees at this point. Blood gushing out from the bullet wounds in his chest. And you may make the shot with a bonus die.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Very nice. So that's a 16. 3 points of
Only
damage.
Points of damage.
Is exactly what you needed to finish him off, as you're so fond of saying, Duane. How funny it always happens that way, but 3 is exactly what you needed. So he falls to his knees, blood gushing from his chest, puts his hands up, says, "Don't shoot or come quietly." And you casually walk up and... What happens?
Oh, you're going to go quietly. I thought he's dead.
Yeah, you walk up and shoot him. I just thought if you wanted to add some flavour to it at all. Yeah, so you walk up and you execute him, no problem.
Yeah, that's as quiet as we needed to be, Guy. Dude.
Dude. Love it.
As quiet as the grave.
Okay, so that is the battle over. You have eliminated them, taken the head off the snake. What would you like to do now?
Quick check of the car and the bodies, and I'll say to Seamus, do you have a way to get rid of them, or do we just put them in the car and dump it in the river?
Put him in the trunk, like, quick. Make sure there's no blood anywhere. You'll come and grab Jacob Dover and haul him into the boot.
I must say, I rather admire this automobile, however.
Well, it's been completely trashed now.
I don't have a car.
I think it's still salvageable.
Still salvageable. There's a chain wrapped around the front wheel. The windscreen's been smashed. The engine's been shotgunned, and the back car is just the window's been shattered.
Okay,
There's blood all over it now from where Jacob Dover's head's exploded.
Bit of a valet, you'll be fine. Like shotgun blast, just buff straight out.
It's up to you guys. What do you want to do?
$50 to you, mate.
Down the river, definitely.
Yeah.
Aye, that's what I was thinking. Just get the other one. What's his name? Willis. Get him in the boot.
Yeah, and just check them for what they've got, weapons and dosh and stuff like that.
Oh, very good
We
shout.
searched all the
Very good shout,
searched all the pockets as well.
So
See if there's any like occult stuff in there.
yeah, Willis Carter just has his shotgun on him and his knuckle dusters as well as the car keys. And Jacob Dover just has his revolver on him, but you also find on his corpse a palm-sized flat stone with a strange symbol emblazoned upon the front of it. And you're welcome to make an occult roll to see, or a Cthulhu Mythos to see if you know what it is.
Nope.
Oh no! No, I'm not gonna spend 8 luck.
No pushing, no
No.
luck.
Yeah. Not
So
for me.
none of you recognise it. Just a bizarre squiggle on the front of the stone.
Can I push the roll?
If you want to push the roll, you can. Yes, but you're pushing an occult roll, an unknown symbol.
I'm taking out my little notepad.
Yep.
And when we're discussing with Sterling these things, I always took notes. I'm taking out the notepad to see if there is anything that resembles this drawing.
Okay. And you're comparing it to the notes. Please make a... Okay, very good. You get the success. Please be sure to check off the success in the occult. And yes, you realise that it is the Elder Sign.
Okay. So making notes, obviously, because I will have to tell everything to Sterling. You know, I'm going to report to him everything that has happened here. I'm making a sketch of the stone drawings as well on my pad where Madame Trelawney is, and you know, and all the other drawings.
Yeah.
And then I write down Elder Sign.
Yeah, and because you passed that Cthulhu test earlier to understand what the night gaunts were and what was going on with them, you realise that this is the stone that controls them.
Yeah. Okay. Right. I don't want to say this with Seamus there, so I will not say anything.
Yeah, he's loading up. He's picking up Willis Carter and he's loading him into the trunk, so he's kind of preoccupied.
So I can whisper to whoever is next to me of my group.
Yeah.
I will whisper that this stone here controls the night thingies. Hang on, because I wrote it down. Hang on. Night guns, and it's the Elder Sign. I whispered that between my teeth like this. Alright, I would very much like to discuss this with Sterling.
So I'll help him push the car into the river.
Okay, grand. Make a strength check, please, and he'll do so. He'll do the same. Okay, you got a hard success. He failed only by 11. So I'll say, is anyone else joining in helping the car? Because Seamus doesn't seem to have the strength.
I will.
Okay, please make a strength roll as well.
I roll 2.
Yeah, I mean, it is a car, so you can roll it, and the wheels are fine, so we're just looking for one more success. Yep, hard success, very nice, that will do it. So you obviously take the handbrake off, and Francis, if you're happy steering the car, leaning through the window, you can all push the car into the river, no problem. And you get rid of the evidence of Jacob Dover. The last thing he did was sink into the bottom of the river. Congratulations, guys. You did manage to succeed on killing Jacob Dover, and... Well, did you want to do anything else? Did you want to go to the warehouse, the slaughterhouse?
Burn it down.
I would really like to burn it down.
Okay, no problem. We can carry on if you want.
But it's only me. And
well, Vinny said it as well.
Vinny, there's only two of us that want to do that. But
feels like the job's only been half done so far.
Aye, Seamus agrees, actually. We should probably get rid of the warehouse as well, just to be absolute certain, make sure there's nothing there.
It would be good, though, if we managed to... It would be nice if we could look at how they're doing this.
Well, you already know how they're doing it. We've seen them doing it.
How they extract the black stuff?
Yeah, they put those kids down in that sort of circle, and they suck the black stuff out of their head, and it goes into that big tub.
Okay, I can't remember if Francis actually saw it.
You probably didn't. Well,
yes, you were the person who discovered the teenager. Okay, sorry. That's right. In the last episode, you walked into that room, and the teenager was having some kind of fit, and then he had the black seeping out of his pores and orifices, and instead of going down his face, he was arcing up over into the air and into a trough.
Yeah, what I meant is how they're putting this stuff... Well, okay, obviously the teenagers are drinking it, but how they are creating this stuff, the black stuff, if they are creating it.
Well, you think from the research you've done on Jonathan...
Yeah.
Keep getting their names mixed up. Jonathan Dover's journal, that it's a spell.
Oh, that one, of course.
Yeah, so you haven't learned the spell yet, but from what you've garnished from your initial reading...
Call the black.
Call the black, that's correct, yeah. And once you finish a full reading of the book and have studied it, I will I'll give you the details of the spell as well as the other 2 spells, as well as everything else that comes with finishing a full mythos reading.
And you could start your own drug cartel.
If you want, you can start your own drug cartel, yes. If the flower shop goes down. Is it a flower shop or is it an antique shop? I can't remember, sorry.
Antique shop.
Antique shop, my bad. Okay. So, it's now about 3:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
You've pushed the car into the river. How would you like to proceed? Are you heading back to the slaughterhouse?
How far a walk would it be?
It's only a couple of minutes.
Not
isn't
very
it?
far. Yeah, because you ambushed him from the road that leads from the slaughterhouse back to the city. The drive itself would have only been about 20 minutes, so you're looking at maybe 40-minute walk, an hour walk at most.
Oh, well, we don't want that long a walk. We want to be...
Got a car, so...
let's take our car and maybe park the car a couple of minutes away so we're not too obvious.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And then walk the last 2 minutes to the warehouse.
Okay, please make a stealth roll to see how well you've hidden the car. Whoever's hiding it.
Does this be like a group stealth or just one person?
Just
stealth?
one person be the person who's nominated for hiding the car, and then roll the stealth, please.
Well, I guess it's my car, so...
Yep, okay, so you managed to hide it, no problem.
So,
Okay, let's walk on that, maybe not on the road, but off road.
Sorry,
Couple minutes.
Yeah,
walk.
you cut out there for a second.
Oh, I was saying walk to the warehouse, but not necessarily right on the road. We want to be off the road and using some of the bushes and trees.
And back alley.
Okay, so you're approaching it stealthily as well, so I need everyone to make stealth checks anyway, please, as well.
All right. So do we get bonus die for
Bonus die
nighttime?
because it's nighttime, that's correct.
Ooh, I don't need the bonus die. If I give up the bonus die, do I get the check?
Actually, you do, yes. If you don't use the bonus die... No, yeah, you do, but I can't remember. It was if you spend luck or... Yes, you're right. If you use a bonus die, then normally you don't, but you didn't use the bonus die, so you can get the check. That's fine, yeah.
Okay.
My bonus die is not working.
Really?
You click bonus penalty?
Sometimes when you go to click, somebody else has clicked and it's your choice being able to click on the wrong one, so try again.
Ah.
There it goes.
There you go.
Yeah, that's caught me out loads of times.
Yeah. Okay, so the first stealth was Abraham hiding the car. Then Frances succeeded. Abraham succeeded with a hard success. Vinny failed by 3 and then got a 73. So unfortunately, that's a failure for Vinny. And Guy was a success. Okay. So as you're sneaking along, you hear a screech above you. And one of the night gaunts that is patrolling the area swoops down on you, Vinny. And it's going to make a brawl attack against you. Would you like to dodge or fight back? Because it has noticed your presence.
I guess dodge.
Okay. Here comes the brawl attack from the night gaunt. Can I see your... you're going to need an extreme or critical in order to dodge it. Oh, very nice. So it swoops down screeching. In the nick of time, you manage to just duck. And it takes a massive claw swing at where your head was. And you hear the swoosh above your head and feel some of your hairs get clipped off. You feel like it may have decapitated you if you hadn't have dodged it.
Whoa.
And it shrieks in frustration and flies off.
Give your dodge a check.
Check your dodge. Very nice. Okay, I will put you all on the slaughterhouse now.
We did bring the flamethrower, didn't we?
From my car, I'll bring a couple of cans of petrol.
Okay, no problem.
What about those lovely dynamite sticks?
Somebody took it off of us.
Oh,
I know.
Police took it off you.
also very not nice of them.
Okay, can everyone see the new map?
Just
still...
tiny bit on the left.
Yeah, just a little bit on the left. You won't be able to see into the slaughterhouse.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah.
No, I've positioned you there because that's just where I positioned you. But as you're aware at this point, having staked out the place, there are other entrances into the slaughterhouse, so you don't necessarily have to go through the one in front of you. If you want,
tell
you can
them the
spread
one
out.
I saw here. Yeah.
You can spread out and go into different ones if you want. I've just placed you there for the moment.
It's all black and dark for us, so I'm just saying to the rest of the group, if we go around this corner, there is one of those slopes up. And then, if I remember correctly, there was another one here. Again, I'm in the dark, so...
No, you're correct. Sure. The ramp for raising castle. I'll give you that information because you staked it out.
And then there is one here.
So
you don't see it. I don't see a map at all.
I think it looks like Vinny's token might be on the wrong layer.
I haven't set up dynamic lighting for him. Sorry.
Or dynamic lighting.
Bright light for... I think I did 50 feet for everyone else. I'll just put it on 50 for the moment, and then check everyone else's. Now, can you see?
Yes.
Yep, I'll just check.
Okay, so I'll repeat for Paul.
Okay, everyone else has 10 feet, not 50. Sorry.
One entrance is here. One entrance is here. This one here is a slope up, like a
ramp for loading cattle.
A ramp, a goods ramp, yeah.
Yeah.
Another one here.
Yep.
And then there is one here. That is the one that Agent Lincoln has used.
Those are doors. There are a number of doors down here across the side of the slaughterhouse.
Yeah.
Has Seamus come with us?
Yes. Sorry, I forgot to put Seamus O'Shea on. Yeah.
And wasn't Seamus taking 2 muscles?
He was, but I was about to address that. As you approach the slaughterhouse, as you come towards the entrance, you hear screaming. And you turn around because it seems to be coming from behind you, but there's no one there. And after a few moments, you notice, or no, you don't notice, you realise that the screaming's coming from above you. And all of a sudden, someone comes hurtling to the ground next to you, screaming, and lands with a splat. Blood spurts everywhere in all directions as their bones crunch, and they're left like a pancake on the floor. You don't recognise them, but Shaman says, "Billy! Oh, Billy, no!" Can everyone please make a sanity roll? For seeing the corpse.
That's inconvenient.
Inconvenient. What are you saying about my friend God, Billy?
Wow.
Doesn't bother me.
Oh, that got all of you.
I don't know any Billy.
Okay, so Francis, you fumbled on that, so that means you get the maximum sanity loss, which is a 6d6, so you lose 6 sanity. Kevin and Guy, can you both please roll a d6? Vinny, you're fine, you've seen stuff like this before, you only lose 1 sanity point. Guy and Kevin, for your involuntary actions. Sorry, not Kevin, Abraham. Guy and Abraham. Where is it? There we go. Guy, you turn and vomit all over Abraham's shoes. And Abraham, you I don't know. You begin shaking uncontrollably.
Yeah, I am really annoyed. Those shoes took ages to clean. You don't get that polish without putting some work into it.
Seamus O'Shea is on his knees crying, like trying to scoop up like Billy's brains back into his head. And Francis, you lost a d6 of sanity, which is more than 5 in one go, so please make an intelligence roll to see if you comprehend what you're seeing. You want to fail it. You did fail it. Very good. Oh, no insanity for anyone. That's a shame. I was hoping that she would have failed that. That would have been fun. Okay, no problem. So
it is mean.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to get the full flavour, the full content as much as possible of Call of Cthulhu for the viewers at home. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You did get her knocked down by 6, so that's something.
Yeah, so you lose 6 sanity. For your involuntary action, you begin wailing.
What's wailing?
Kind of like crying out in terror.
Okay.
But that unfortunately draws attention to everyone, so they realise that you're outside the front door now. But they didn't know, but the night creatures were aware of your presence anyway because they attacked Vinny, didn't they?
One of them did.
Yeah.
So yeah, you wail and give away your position, unfortunately, with that.
Yeah, sorry. Oh no, this is horrible. Oh no. I'm just turning around
Do we storm the place right now?
Seamus gets up and goes, I've had enough of this shit. I'm going in. And he charges in.
Should we back him up?
Let's follow.
Brilliant. I will give you a bit of a narrative for description, even for the slaughterhouse. So as you push open the big doors, a wave of revolting smell rushes out into the crisp air. Inside, the very real stench of death still lingers heavily, and you find yourself surrounded by items doused in blood, manure, mould, and rust. The large facility has no lights and plenty of dark shadows. There are wooden and metal pens, once used for livestock, awaiting the killing hammer, congealed blood trails running alongside the aisles, rusting and gore-covered tools of death, and the bones of countless cattle, pigs, and sheep everywhere. Overhead is a conveyor system of chains and hooks, once used to move the animals along, assembly line style, to the different stages of the slaughter process. In a nearby corner, next to a mass of newish-looking wooden barrels, stacked on their sides, is a rusty old hose pipe that was presumably used for washing the blood and filth of the slaughterhouse into the nearby river. And as you can see, there is a blackhead here who sees you as you come in and calls out, "Intruders! We've got more intruders, guys! I think they're back!" So can everyone please roll initiative? 1 second, I'll get it up. Although it is coming close to the hour, we can probably do one round of combat before we run out of time. So I will clear that. If everyone can please add their initiatives, we'll get all set up. And I think we'll probably end the episode there. Because it's going to take a little while to get everyone on the dexterity turn tracker.
What's your estimate as to how long it would take to finish the whole combat?
A little while, and I don't particularly want to rush it. At least half an hour.
Because I know we have a new player. You wanted to try to start him fresh with a new adventure, right?
Yeah, well, I think we'll just have to do half an hour at the start of next session with him just watching for a bit. And then we'll start the new scenario halfway through next session. Unless people are happy to push it now and just keep going until we finish this. It'll probably take about half an hour, I think. Possibly.
Yeah, well, I'm okay, but I don't know about other people and their work.
No, I'm okay.
I don't have work tomorrow, so I'm good. Did I put Seamus in there? No. So is everyone happy to carry on?
Paul, what do you think?
Yeah.
Okay. Looks like you've got 4 goes.
Brilliant. So Seamus pulled out his pistol and charged in. Did anyone else have their pistol at the ready? Please add 50 to the initiative if you had your gun ready.
Yeah, I think I would. Vinny would have pulled his gun out.
Oh, I need to add the as well. Sorry, 1 second.
I think I would have as well. So. Can't seem to edit it.
In response to the cry of intruders, you hear screeches from the rafters up above. As the night gaunts get excited at the possibility of new prey. Having just dropped Billy to his death. They are now locked and loaded and ready to come at you all. Okay, Vinny, you're starting it off with 130 dexterity.
Yeah, I'm going to shoot that one right there.
Okay, it is up in the rafters and skittering about, so it's going to be a penalty die because it's hard to tell. Because it's really dark, there's just this one big spotlight. Because it's really dark up in there, it's hard to aim at it properly, so you will have a penalty die on it. Are you shooting automatic or just one round?
Just one round.
Okay, please make 1 round shot with a penalty die. That's a 93, almost a fumble, but not quite. Unfortunately, you miss, so it skitters off into the darkness. Would you like to move anywhere?
Yeah, I'm going to move over here.
Okay, since you're in, I'm going to take off, since you're in the warehouse now and the light did come on, the spotlight, I'm going to remove dynamic lighting so it's easier for everyone to see. Otherwise it just becomes very difficult to maneuver and see enemies and shoot at people and stuff. Can everyone see that now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Folks, can I suggest focus fire on one enemy? All of us focus on one enemy at a time. Take them out one by one.
Abraham.
How high up is this one?
The ceiling's about 20 feet above you. 25 feet into the rafters.
Okay, I'm going to stand here and try with my back against the wall, and I shall fire at that one. I will try a single shot to try to avoid penalties.
Okay, it's still, like I said, in the darkness, so it will be a penalty die regardless, but you get a straight shot with a penalty die. And the penalty? You need a 0, or a 0 would be nice. 2 turns it into a 25, which is a hard success. So you do regular damage, which is 9. I just need to check what their hit points are. Nope, that's the black-haired Night Gaunt. Okay, it's got that many hit points, and you did that many to it, so it's got that many left. Lovely, thank you. Anything else, Abraham?
No.
So it takes the bullet and kind of falls out of the air for a moment, and then catches itself and flies back up. Frances.
Okay, I know what Guy just said, but I'm gonna run here. And the idea is that I remember that there was a desk in this room.
Mm-hmm.
And there were papers. And I have a notepad as well. And I, as a smoker, have a lighter. So, the idea is I'm gonna try to break the 4 legs of the desk.
Okay.
And transform them and make torches of them for. How long do you think the action would take? Because if I kick one leg, then I kick the other.
Yeah.
4 kickies.
It's going to take you a little while, probably at least 2 rounds, but you're going to need a strength check to start with to see if you can break the legs off. And then it's going to take you at least 2 rounds to actually fashion the torches, because each round is 6 seconds. It's going to take you at least 12 seconds to kick off a leg, wrap it, and get it torchlight.
I have a better plan.
Okay.
I'm going to jump and sit on the desk.
Okay.
Hopefully collapses to the floor.
Okay, make a strength check with a bonus die.
Oh no, my strength is... Wait!
Very nice. Please use the bonus. Even lower. So 13 is a hard success.
I am the desk breaker.
Mm-hmm. So the entire table crunches beneath you with a smash.
Excellent.
And the legs break off, and you're now sitting on the table, which is on the floor.
Yeah. And I'm gonna make torches of this, because one thing I didn't think, and that was stupid of me, and I'm right, Frances is biting her hands, is that animals in general don't like fire. So to protect us from these night ghouls, perhaps we should have brought torches.
Well, I've got a can of fuel.
Okay, so what are you exactly using for the cloth? You've got the table leg now in
my
your hand.
cloth. I break a strip of my skirt.
Okay. All right, so you now have a torch in your hand.
Right, I'm lighting it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm lighting the desk.
Well, hang on. That's it, and you can only do that for the moment. Jump on the table,
Okay,
make the torch. That's 6 seconds.
Yep.
Guy, your turn.
Okay. I don't know what Francis is up to breaking desks, but gosh, this thing is still a penalty die because it's up in the rafters.
That's correct. Yeah, it hasn't come down yet.
I'm going to take an aimed shot at it. I mean, I'm going to aim. Spend my turn aiming.
Okay.
And then if it closes in on us, then hopefully I'll be able to maybe get 2 bonus dice, one for point blank and one for aiming.
No problem. So you've got an aim shot coming up next round at this one.
Mm-hmm.
Seamus O'Shea, he is going to, let's see what he's got available. His brawl is 70, is actually pretty good, and he's got good damage build as well. His pistol's not bad either, but he's absolutely livid at what happened to Billy. Let's just check his movement, see if he can get up to the nearest blackhead. He's got a movement of 7, so that's 21 feet. He can't quite make it. He'll be just shy. Well, if he goes there, he's just shy. Okay, so he'll move up to there and then point blank shoot this guy. He was going to knuckle dust to him, but he can't quite reach it. So he's shooting at this guy. He's point blank range. He'll just do 1 bullet, so he gets a bonus die. 0.45 auto, and the bonus is a 0.9. Does that make it an extreme success? I don't think so.
Extreme, yeah. 12 or less would be extreme.
Okay, good math. Thank you, Duane.
Well, is it 20%, is it?
Mm-hmm. 1/5.
1/5, yeah.
So what's critical?
His damage is a D10 plus 2. So he gets max damage plus damage bonus plus a max damage roll, doesn't he? So he does 12 plus 4 is 16. He does more than enough to do this kid in. He blows this kid's head off, no problem. That's for Billy! Okay, Nightgaunt number 1, which is this one. It doesn't like the fact that you shot it at him all, Abraham, so it is going to swoop down and try and claw you. Would you like to dodge or fight back?
If I fight back, I still have my action, don't I? So, whereas if I dodge, I don't.
No, no. Diving for cover is different from dodging. Diving for cover forfeits your next action, and that's only against gunfire. If you dodge, then anything that makes a melee attack against you gets a bonus die from that point forward because of the outnumbered rule.
Right.
But you don't lose anything out of it.
I'll dodge.
Okay, so here comes the Nightgaunt's attack. It's brawl. You need a hard success or higher in order to dodge it. It's a failure, so it does... it does a d4 of damage to you. 1 point of damage.
My armour absorbs that then.
It does, yeah. So it goes to claw you, and its claw rakes off your helmet or your ballistic vest, and it doesn't do anything. It's got a movement of 12 feet when it's flying. Movement of 12 when it's flying, which is 36 feet. It can move and make an action. So I said it was 25 feet up, didn't I? So it can fly down, attack you, and then get about halfway up. So you, Guy, if you did take a shot at it, you wouldn't be in point blank, but it's no longer in the rafters, so it wouldn't have the penalty die on it.
It would only be... Oh, so it was... What did it have?
36. So it flew down
36.
25. It would be 11 feet above you.
So for me, that's actually point blank.
What about you, Guy?
The guy.
12 or less, point blank for me.
But you're slightly further away. You're already like 5 feet away from where...
And it's 11 feet up.
And it's 11 feet above. I know we don't do
Yeah, but when my turn comes, I could move right under it. Right
That's
beneath
true,
it.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
you can do that,
Well,
yeah.
it might be dead by then. We'll see. We'll just
Would you lose your aim die, though, if you do that?
Possibly, yeah.
Yes.
Well, we'll see when we get there. I'm still a long way off from turn order.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
your aim would still give it give you a bonus, wouldn't it? So.
Anyway, we'll work that out when we get to it. This Night Gaunt is going to swoop down and it's going to try and grab Seamus. It's going to try and throw him into the trough with the black in it. So it's a fighting maneuver. Seamus O'Shea has a build of 1. What does the Night Gaunt have? A build of 0. So he gets 1 penalty die on it. It's going to be a brawl attack. Seamus is going to fight back as well.
I don't think... Oh, if it does it at the end of its round, because it's gone 46 feet to get to.
Oh, yes. Thank you for catching that. Yeah. And it would have flown downwards as well. So it's slightly out. So it will try and do it at the end of the round. It's going to try and throw him in. So we'll sort that out at the end of the round. First blackhead. We'll do it this one first. And then this. It was this one, but he's dead. So we'll do this one first. Then this one. Then this one. Then this one. So the blackhead down. Yeah.
Just saying, if you hover over the icon in the turn order, you'll see which one is actually in the order.
Oh, I see. I didn't notice it did that. Thank you.
It'll light up with a yellow rectangle.
You're right, yeah. And in fact, I did them in the reverse order. So we're starting with this one and then working along the line. So the blackheads, they have a movement of 8. They do have a .38 revolver as well. So he is going to move... is 26, isn't it? 24 feet? 8
24.
24. So he's just going to move to just underneath that there.
Is he below the...
He's in the stunning pen.
Ah, okay, yeah.
And then these are the stairs leading up onto the raised platform up there. So he's going to shoot at Seamus. Because Seamus is the closest. But he's only got... He's completely out of range. What's his range? Let's see. His range is 15 yards, which is 45 feet, isn't it? So he's out of range. So that means he has to get a hard success, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
So he needs a hard success.
Would he get a penalty dice for that thing being in front of him as well? Because it's flown down to get Seamus.
And he's in combat as well, so he needs a penalty dice. So he probably won't shoot at him. He'll probably shoot at Vinny, actually. Yeah, so he still needs a hard success, and he's going to shoot once at Vinny, which is a straight shot. Vinny, would you like to dive for cover at all?
You're muted, Paul.
Yes, I'll I dive for cover or dodge?
Dive for cover is a dodge, but it's in response to gunfire, and if you do, you forfeit your action on your next turn. It will inflict, if you succeed on the dodge, a penalty die on the shooter.
He's already got 1 penalty die. Oh, no, actually, he doesn't have a penalty die. He needs the hard success.
That's correct, yeah. Up to you, Vinny.
I'll stand my ground.
Okay, standing and taking the shot. Blackhead needs a hard success on his revolver. He fails, misses badly. That's his turn.
You oakhead.
This guy can only move 24 feet, so he's going to sprint. I think he's going to move the whole distance, which is times 5, isn't it? So 8 times 5, quick math is 40, which is times 3. 120.
120.
Yeah, 120, thank you. So how do you... Oh, that's something I wanted to ask you, Duane, actually. How do you... You do the measurements and then you hold shift or something to get all the arrows up to show the distance.
So you hit Q every time you want to change direction, the letter Q on the keyboard.
Ah, I see. You hold the mouse and hold Q, so that's 20... I see, lovely. Thank you very much. So he can, in fact, get 120 feet, did we say?
Mm-hmm.
So he can get right up to you, Vinny, but that's his turn. He can't move anywhere else. This blackhead... He is going to do the same. He's going to come running up to Vinny, but he can't do anything because he used his entire move. Actually, I'm wrong. They can run and then make melee attacks against you, but the melee attacks happen at the end of the round again. So...
and oddly enough, they are at the end of the round.
They are at the end of the round, so it's all going to be happening now, basically.
Or, yeah, after the last one does something, they would all get to do their... Anybody who had an attack ready to go.
Exactly. This one is dead, so I'll take him out of the turn order. So this guy is going to... He can move...
Come on, join the crowd.
He's actually going to shoot past. He's going to move to there, and seeing that you're engaged with two of his blackhead colleagues, he's going to shoot up at Guy, because Guy is still within his 40-foot range. So he's in range. It's a normal straight shot. Guy, would you like to dive for cover at all?
No, I'm holding my aim on the Nikon.
Okay, so one straight shot coming at you with the .38 revolver. Misses with a 77. Now the Night Gaunt gets his attack, and these two blackheads get their attack. Starting with the Night Gaunt, as I said, he's trying to throw Seamus into the trough. Seamus is fighting back. He gets a penalty die because of the damage build difference. So Brawl is an extreme success, with the penalty is a 94, which is not quite a fumble, very nearly a fumble. Seamus O'Shea fights back with his Brawl, gets a success and inflicts 6 damage on it. He just smacks it in the face, doing 6 damage to the Night Gaunt. This one has that much health left. Okay, the two blackheads attacking you, Vinny. The first one is going to swing a baseball bat at you. Would you like to dodge or fight back?
Dodge.
Okay, here comes his baseball bat attack. Ooh. I'm just going to double click it to make sure that is correct. No, it's doing that thing again where it's...
Okay. Open the weapons, and there's a checkbox. Open the combat on the character sheet. And in the baseball bat, it'll have it checked as a weapon. You have to uncheck that box.
What, in the bio in info? No.
No, in the combat for the blackheads, right?
Yeah.
On the specific baseball bat stats.
Yeah.
Do you see a checkbox called is weapon or something like that?
No, I don't see anything like that, no. I'll just roll it manually so we can get through this. So I'll just do a D100. Right. His target is 40, so... He rolls a 32, which is a regular success. You need a regular success or higher in order to dodge.
Hold on. Alright. Nope.
Okay, so he does... Baseball bat is a D8 of damage to you. 1 point of damage. Oh my goodness, I can't start rolling ones tonight.
It bounces off the armor.
It does indeed. It just bounces off your helmet and he looks disappointed. The second blackhead is going to swing at you with a knife. He's got a kitchen knife. He gets a bonus die because you're outnumbered. Would you like to dodge or fight back?
Dodge.
Okay, here comes his knife attack. Oh, I forgot. Sorry, I did this last time as well. Roll 1d100. Gets an 84, and with a bonus die... I can't click on bonus penalty, so I just have to re-roll, and we'll take the...
Just roll d10.
D10. 1d10. 10. So that's a fumble, isn't it?
Well,
no, he takes the better.
Zero.
He takes the better of the two.
So it's a 0-4 he gets.
Oh, that's a critical success. Not a critical, an extreme success. So you need an extreme success or higher on your dodge in order to avoid it. No, you fail. So he does in fact do the extreme damage of 10 damage to you.
And 8 of that 10 gets through?
Mm-hmm. So you negate 2 of it from your armor. You take 8 damage. That should be more than half your hit points, right?
Oh yeah, I'm down to 3 out of 11.
Okay, can you please make a con roll to see if you stay conscious for me? Okay, so you do remain conscious. He comes running up and just plunges a kitchen knife into your shoulder. And you stagger backwards in agony and let out a scream. That is the top of the round, but something happens as the combat ensues. from this corner down here where you notice one of the barrels seems to have cracked and is leaking black all over the floor. I will just get this up. So in the far corner of the slaughterhouse, by a row of numerous barrels of what you presume to be spare black, you see a small puddle of dark goo trickling from a crack in the base of the end barrel. You notice the goo beginning to bubble and twitch, and suddenly it starts to run in long winding rivulets in multiple directions, coming almost immediately upon a pile of animal bones and skulls, which, as you can see, is there. You watch in horror as the black sludge twists and wraps itself around the bones, forming one giant moving mass that convulses and undulates into a mighty conglomerate monster. It begins to move by rapidly slithering and dragging its mass across the ground, and as it closes in, you hear an ominous voice emanate from deep within every skull it possesses, sending an unearthly chill down your spines. The echoing loud voice says, "Disgusting little simians! How dare you abuse my sacred blood? Today I will swat you like an annoying mosquito." Can everyone please make sanity rolls for me?
Retreat!
And it looks like a bit like that. Okay, what have we got on the sanity? Extreme success from Frances. Very nice. That is a not a fumble, but a failure from Guy. Successes on everyone else. So everyone who succeeded, please roll a D4, I believe it is.
What?
D3. No, sorry, it was a D4. My bad. Nope, sorry. D3, D4. And Guy, you failed, so please roll a D10. Okay, you suffered that much sanity loss. Guy, you've obviously suffered more than 5. Please make an intelligence roll as well to see if you can fathom what you're seeing. You succeeded, which is not something you wanted to do. So, I need to check over this because it's been a long while since we did this. So it's indefinite insanity, which lasts until you are cured or recover. So we start with a brief bout of madness. Mm-hmm. Can you please roll firstly a d10 to see how long this bout of madness will last?
All right, but you said indefinite, right? Isn't that when you hit the 80% threshold?
Losing a fifth or more current sanity in one... Oh, sorry, yeah, I'm reading the wrong part. Sorry, you're absolutely right. Yes, temporary insanity.
Temporary. Because I'm still 51 would have been my threshold. I'm at 52.
Yes, you're right. I read the wrong line. Sorry, it was meant to be temporary insanity that I said.
Okay.
So you're temporarily insane.
All right. And so what do I need to do?
You roll a d10 to see how many hours it lasts, or until a good night's sleep in a safe environment. So it's going to last 9 hours.
Isn't it, when you're in combat, isn't it like 9 rounds? No? It's like when you're out of combat, it would be 9 hours?
Yes, I suppose so. I'm not sure on that rule. Yeah. In my notes, it just says 1d10 hours or until a good night's rest in a safe environment.
Okay, well, in any case, I'm going to be out of this battle.
Well, we have to roll now what your bout of madness is, so...
Yeah.
Brief bout of madness, please roll a d10. Six. Okay, I need to look on the madness table. Here we go, bouts of madness, real time, roll a d10. You rolled a 6, you faint. So, Guy, you pass out upon seeing this creature is too much for you to bear. Okay. You recover after 1d10 rounds. So, do you want to take the d10 that you just rolled, or do you want to roll a new one to to see how many rounds it lasts for.
I'll certainly roll a new one. The odds are with me to reduce that. Yeah.
Yep, no problem. Please roll a d10. This is how many rounds you'll be out for. 6.
6.
Okay, so can you please put the unconscious marker on your token?
All right, I'll see what they have here for markers.
Thank you.
It's going to take me a little while to find it.
Yep, no problem. I'm just checking over this as well. So its movement is 10, I think. Movement rate of 10, which is 30, and an action. It can just get to this blackhead. So it's going to move over to the blackhead, and it's going to attack it with a tentacle. Attack him, I should say, sorry, with a tentacle. He is going to try and dodge. So, Warhead and Black Bones. Actually, it's going to try and grapple him. It's going to try and wrap the tentacle around his neck. So it's got a build +3, so he gets 2 bonus die. Because the Blackhead has 0 build. Blackhead has 0 build, so he gets 2 bonus die on its brawl. It gets a success. Bonus die is a 48. Second bonus die is an 88. So it's got a regular success. The Blackhead needs a regular success or higher in order to dodge.
I have a question.
Yeah?
With Frances, she's in that separate room on the desk, but she have not seen this thing.
I'll say that she heard the voice and she can see it now. She's kind of, as it moves out. It's a bit questionable, but she will see it in a moment. So
Yeah.
you know, she's gonna experience it at some point when trying to escape the warehouse from where she is. So we'll just keep the sanity roll that she did for now rather than redoing it, if that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
So what was I doing? Oh yeah, the Blackhead's dodge. What's his dodge? 25%. So he needs to roll under a 25. Oops, roll 1d100. No, he rolls a 49 and fails. So the massive undulating creature reaches out a tentacle, a long twitching tentacle, and wraps around the Blackhead's neck, hoisting him effortlessly into the air, where he begins to thrash and twitch violently, his eyes rolling as he chokes and gasps for air. Legs kicking, he starts groaning and screaming in agony as blood begins oozing out of every orifice you can see, and even his fingernails. The demonic entity laughs softly and says, "How do you like having your blood drained?" Then it reaches out several more tentacles to each of Dover's limbs, and with a snapping crunch rips them... Oh, not Dover's limbs, sorry, his limbs. And with a snapping crunch rips them from his body, tearing him limb from limb. Dark blood splattering and cascading from the torn flesh of his mangled stumps all over the walls and floor, and the creature itself. Can everyone who witnesses this please make a sanity roll again? Carelessly tossing the limbless torso aside, the creature turns towards the rest of you.
As Paul said, will I see it?
No,
Happening?
you're okay because, as I said, you can't see this from here.
Yeah.
So it's just Vinny, Seamus, and Abraham need to make sanity checks. Does Seamus even have sanity? I don't think he does. No, they don't. Okay. So, Abraham, you failed. Vinny, you succeeded. I've lost the thing again. Warhead and Blackbones. So, for witnessing this grotesque death, Vinny, can you roll a d3 for me, please? And Abraham, can you roll a d6? Okay, you both lose that much sanity. Abraham, that is again enough to go temporarily insane. Can you please make an intelligence check? A hard success. So you comprehend exactly what you're seeing. And the same again, can you please roll a d10? You go temporarily insane. Please roll a d10 to experience which bout of madness you get. 4. Paranoia. The investigator suffers severe paranoia for 1d10 rounds. Everyone is out to get them. No one can be trusted. They are being spied on. Someone has betrayed them. What they are seeing is a trick. So for 7 rounds, you're deeply paranoid.
Kevin, if you're saying anything, we can't hear you.
Yeah, you've been quiet for a while now. Have you been on mute?
Yeah, sorry, Caroline came back in the room. He starts screaming about, "It's the fish man out to get me!"
So this guy is X'd. Okay, and we're now... Oh, I need to put Rawhead and Blackhead into the initiative order now, and then he'll go from there. Red and Black Bones. Dexterity. And he is, in fact, at the end of the turn tracker anyway, so that's fine. Perfect. So, Vinny, it's your turn.
All right, I will. I want to shoot the one that stabbed me, whichever one that was.
That was this guy.
Yeah, I'll shoot it.
Okay, I'll just check now. We've been another half an hour. It looks like this is going to take a while longer than I thought. Are people happy to carry on, or would you like to just...
I think maybe we should
call it?
We should call it at this point.
Yeah, I'll let Vinny just have his turn because I asked. But like I said, I don't want to rush this, and I think there's a bit more to go.
Yeah.
Probably another 15, 20 minutes or so. So you get a success on your handgun. You get a bonus die because it's point blank. He's not diving for cover or anything. He's just going to take it. So you do 5 points of damage to him.
Okay.
Let me see how much health they have. Okay. How many did I say? 5?
Mm-hmm.
So he's got that much left. Okay, so yeah, did you want to move anywhere as well, Vinny? Because you've taken a shot. You can now move 8 or whatever your movement rate is times 3.
And there's no op attack type things in this.
No, not in Call of Cthulhu,
game.
no.
All right, I'll move over here.
No problem. Okay, so we're going to wrap things up there, guys. We'll start with Abraham Lincoln's action at the start of next episode.
His paranoid action.
His paranoid action. I don't think there's anything else we need to address at the moment in terms of their insanity, is it? It's afterwards that we need to sort everything out. So I don't think there's anything in particular we need to remember, is there? Just whose turn it is and what's happened.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Okay, cool. Well, guys, thank you so much for hanging out and watching tonight's episode. Sorry it went for so much longer. We were trying to get this wrapped up. We do have a new player joining us next week. So we were hoping to get this completely wrapped up so that we could start a new scenario with the full team next week. But as you can see, it's kind of taken a bit longer than we anticipated. And it's starting to get a bit messy up in here. So,
well, if we get both Sterling and the new character just kind of strolling by the warehouse and helping us, that could make a huge difference.
Yeah, I was thinking that Sterling could have recruited the new character or something and said that there's something going down at the slaughterhouse. We'll work it out, but yeah, hopefully they'll be able to come in and help the fight. But yeah, guys, thanks so much for hanging out. We'll see you hopefully in the next episode. If not, I'll see you in some other content I produce. I try and make content at least once a week now. So I'll wait till next time. Say goodbye, guys.
Oh,
Bye, guys.
Bye.